Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
Good, good. Just give me 1 second, okay? I'll get right
No
into it.
worries.
I have a little bit of a headache, so I might be talking a little bit slower than you've probably heard me talk today. So that's that. But let's get right into it. So, yep, you're going ahead and share your screen. Great. Okay, how are you feeling? How's everything?
Yeah, not bad.
Good, good. Okay, let me just edit the stream info real quick.
Are you streaming it?
Yeah,
Hang on,
yeah,
I'll
there'll be a VOD, so I'll send that to you. So it's not like
cool.
uh, you won't be able to go back on anything we say, stuff like that. First coaching. Okay, so that's that with the title. All right, so we're just gonna briefly talk, briefly as in probably like a 20-minute, 30-minute talk, depends on what we need to talk about, but
Yep.
and how kind of deep we have to get into it, but yeah, it's gonna be in that range. We'll briefly talk. So just for the stream, the VOD, people that are gonna watch, what is your current rank?
So currently I'm Diamond 1.
Okay, Diamond 1, yep. And then what is your peak rank?
My peak is Ascendant 1.
Ascendant 1, okay. And then also the role or the agents you play, one or the other.
Um, so you might dogpile me for this, but
Yeah,
I am a heavy flex. I
nothing wrong with that.
mostly play Sentinel or Duelist.
Yeah, good. That's kind of more I want, like what you majority play. So Sentinel over Duelist?
Um,
Or is Duelist more? Which one's more prevalent?
so I prefer to play Sentinel in higher ranked lobbies,
Okay.
and
And
I
then
prefer to play Duelist in
sure.
lower MMR
All good.
lobbies.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't dog on you for that information. Role and agents are all preference, right? Why I
yeah,
ask is that because I want you to play the your main quotation, not maybe like one role, but like at least the agents or roles you play the most. Because like if you're like, oh, I want to play initiator today, I'd be like, bro, like you don't really play, so it's like a little bit counterintuitive,
yeah.
right? So that's the
Well,
only
I mean,
reason
that's the
why.
thing is that like I genuinely do play basically
Yeah,
every agent
yeah,
to
and
like
that's
a
fine.
pretty yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe I should put it this way. I want you to play the role or agents
Comfort pick.
you want to improve on with me at least, if that makes
Right.
sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
So like if you saying like, oh, I play like Cypher and Reyna, and you're like, I'm gonna play Sage, I'd be like, bro, it's like, bro, don't play Sage, play what you want
Yeah.
to improve on at least. That's how I should have put it. That's usually how I do. I'm kind of tired right now, but yeah, that's fine. All right, great. Okay, so it's gonna be about 3 questions before I move on.
Mhm.
Next question is gonna be, how much time do you put into this game, Valorant?
So at the moment I'd probably say like
Be as specific as you can. Be generalized if you don't know the specifics. Tell me the daily or weekly. I can calculate it.
um what do we I'd play it's like 3 hours, 3 hours, 6.
3 hours a day,
Honestly,
six
probably like
days.
25, 30 hours a
Yep,
week.
that's fine. 25. We'll just leave it there. 25, 30 hours a week. Okay, and
Yeah.
then how many days is that though? Out of the
Um
week, usually, generally.
uh, Pretty much 7.
7. Okay, that's fine.
I'm pretty much playing at least one
So
or two games every day.
okay, so we'll say it's like 3 hours, because 25, 30, that's like 3 hours a day, 7 days, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20, 40, a little bit more, probably like 4 hours a day. Around
Yeah.
there, roughly talking. All right, okay, so you put decent amount of time into it. It's not on the
Hmm.
low end where some students tell me, yo, 10 hours a week. Like, that's low, right? 5 hours a week.
Yeah, I
Uh,
used to be there where I was
yeah,
like not playing very much at all,
yeah.
but
You're in the middle where it's like not full-time job, but it's like a part-time job, like like a
yeah.
part-time job hours. So, okay, no worries.
Honestly, if I
Yep,
wasn't hard stuck at the moment, I'd probably be playing more. I
sure.
just a lot of the games aren't very enjoyable where I'm
Yeah,
at.
I can understand that. Yeah, it's discouraging too when you can't climb,
Yeah.
don't know what to do, what to think about, stuff like that. Yeah, can fully relate. All right, so 20 to 5, 30 hours. How old are you?
28.
28. Okay, pretty close to
Very
my age.
average reaction time.
Well, what is it? Do you know on the human benchmark? Do you do that?
Yeah, I did it. It was like just over 200, I think. It was like
God damn, that's
220.
slow.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I'm
yeah,
not upping. I'm not
yeah,
a
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, and I'm not, trying to clown you, but I think the
No, no, yeah, yeah,
average
yeah.
like speed where it's like, okay, you can definitely shoot people really quickly, like insta kill, not just using the benchmark, but in general, from what I see. So it's a little subjective and objective. It's probably around the 150, like
Everyone
150.
else on my prem team is
Yeah,
sitting at 150,
yeah, that's
and then
like
there's a guy who's really good at opping. He's 120.
yeah, like one anything to me, in my opinion, under 150 is like super fast. You're not gonna go.
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
gonna go
He's
90.
nuts. Like the angles he holds, like
Right,
I don't
right.
even
Like that
comprehend. But
reaction time, like if you're 90, like that reaction time is like godly reaction time. But 200, I
yeah,
would say is definitely on the slower end, and that's
probably
fine.
for gamers. Yeah,
There's for you, there's age involved, but there are ways you can actually get it down like faster. So don't worry about
yeah,
that. Maybe I just tell you now. Pretty much, don't do drugs. It's very simple, right? Because it's
yeah,
mind, right? It's strictly your mind and your body. It's a connection. So if you're doing drugs or not sleeping, you're not eating well, you just have unhealthy habits. It'll slow you down naturally, right? It'll be make you
hmm
sluggish. You're not gonna be able to focus. You're gonna have headaches, stuff like that. So, yeah, you're not gonna be at the top performance. And then there's also ways you can train it too, obviously, with playing sports, you exercising hand-eye coordination exercises by yourself, like like a tennis ball, throwing it against the wall and trying to grab it, like those things will train
yeah,
your reaction time. So yeah, don't worry, it's not genetics to me. I don't think it's genetics at all. It's definitely a skill that you must develop if you want to get it faster. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think you should try to do that type of stuff. You know, just be
yeah, yeah.
healthy,
It'll
sleep a
help.
lot, and then train it. Physical reaction time transfers into mental reaction time. So that's that. All right, great. The next question is going to be try to be as specific and detailed as you can be. Okay, like I want you to lay it all down. So
hmm
in terms of Valorant, okay, what are things you think you're struggling with? The walls you're hitting, things your weaknesses. Like, why did you come to me?
Um, I
And we'll go one by one.
I'm honestly struggling a lot with the back and forth of this rank. So like I'm in a contender premier team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we're like fighting basically only Immortals and Radiants.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately in APAC, the aim of the people in like
Hi.
Plat Diamond is almost as good as those Immortal and Radiants that we're
Okay.
playing against.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the knowledge is so inconsistent. So I will get um not even taking into account like Smurfs and stuff, but like at a game this morning,
Mm-hmm.
this one, I lose 30 for this.
Yeah.
Um where I was playing on A early with Fade on defense.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy team was pushing up, could not get on site into me and Fade, but our
Okay.
duelists were just
Doing nothing.
instant rotating. No,
Sure.
instant rotating,
Okay.
and we were calling to not rotate because I still had both sensors and my
Right,
wall.
right. And they would leave to go see the enemies.
And then they would just like rotate out. They had a
Right,
neon,
right.
and yeah, the neon and Omen were running us down. They had people lurking up B, and we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
And it's a whole
weren't
mess.
holding space on the map. So then I swapped to C, and I was like, "Well, you guys fight rubble. I'll go C." The Jet just like refused to communicate.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. And then so I'm just caught like rotating the whole time, or like
Mm.
it feels really rough, and
Sure.
I felt like I had
No,
no agency in that game, especially because I'm playing like Deadlock, who
no agency.
can be, yeah, agency in terms of like it was very hard for me. Like most of my team was dead in the first like 10
Gotcha, gotcha.
seconds on attack,
Like
and
you
then
were put in bad positions.
I was constantly in very bad
Okay.
positions. Whereas
Yeah.
like so a game like this where I have like plat teammates, I'm versing people who are like plat diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather be playing on a duelist. Like I play a lot of Yoru. I really
Sure.
enjoy Phoenix as well, both of
Right.
which have a lot of self-sufficient utility. I can pick
But
up the slack in a lot of ways.
let's try to break this down a little bit because you're saying, okay, I'm kind of struggling with back and forth in this rank. What does that mean to you besides this game where there's inconsistencies with players on your team? Let's talk about
So
you.
that's where I'm getting to. So
Yeah, okay.
we have this game, right, where
Uh-huh.
I have to try and get in the mindset of like needing to personally carry this game. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to like do stuff
Yeah.
versus this game that I had yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I added some of these guys. Two of these are Ascendant Smurfs. This
Okay.
Omen said he was peak Ascendant 2. And then this Phoenix was also a peak Ascendant Smurf, queued with this
Okay.
Gecko. But it was a great game. It was a fantastic game. I loved
Right.
playing this game. My whole team had comms, enemy team were all coming together. We were all playing off each other well. It was a close game. But again, it can be so I could rely on my teammates. Like the utility was getting used well. We kept space on the map. I wasn't having to constantly watch my back because someone let their omen lurk through B or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to be in a game like this where I can rely on my teammates and
Yeah.
then instantly go into a game like this
Yeah.
where I cannot rely on them at all. And then
Sure.
I go into a premier game,
Yeah.
which is a contender where
Right.
I
Right.
and then
Yeah.
obviously relying on my teammates a
So
lot.
I have a few things to say. The first thing is that you need to be able to have these switches where you're separating Premier to rank. So if I were to ask you the question,
Yeah.
is Premier and rank the same type of gameplay? What would your answer be?
No.
Super simple. Yeah, I already know the answer before ask you that question, which is no. It's completely different. And this is what a lot of
Yeah.
people do. They have the subjectiveness, okay, through your experience, how they're like, well, and I've been there too. That's why in my subjectiveness too, I've been there as well, where it's like, well, fuck, man, these guys don't play with me. Well, when I'm on a team, they do, so I have to play like this and right. No, it's not like that. You need to have these switches where, like, okay, I'm
Mm.
playing ranked. I need to solo carry. That's how you have to think about it when you play
Yeah.
ranked. When you're on a premiere, when you're in a scrim, when you're on a team setting, different story. You can rely on the four other guys to play with you, right? It makes sense because
Yeah.
they're try harding. Obviously, most of the times with premier teams and teams, people are hand picked. You try out a lot of the times, most of the
Yeah.
time. Sometimes it's
Well, I
just
mean,
boys. Yeah, go ahead.
I added the premiere line in there, yeah, just because it does add to it a little bit, but mostly the back and forth is all fully in comp. Like I'm getting
Sure,
these
sure, but still,
weird
you're
sort
you're
of
you're still saying your own words. You're like, well, this game I can't rely on them, and then this game I can, but then sometimes Premiere it's like you have to throw that out the window, is what I'm saying. You shouldn't even be thinking about these things. Yes, there are inconsistencies in this game, and that's the next thing that I was gonna say is that you're gonna have to be able to either deal with it or you don't deal with it and then you feel the way you do, right?
yeah.
You have to get through this. I was there too. I'm still there sometimes in the low immortal, mid immortal lobbies where I'm just like, bro, these guys are fucking brain dead. I'm
Mhm.
350 R peak and I'm playing, in low immortal, mid immortal because I'm washed. I don't play that much anymore. And I'm just like what the fuck? These guys don't listen. I can't rely on them. But there's like this switch where once I feel that way in a specific game, because like you said, some games you can rely on them, right? Some games you can't.
Yeah.
And in the games where you cannot rely on them, you need to flip that shit right away and be like, okay, I need to fucking win this game for my team, whether that's through aim, strictly you running it down, WASD shooting people in the head, or
Hmm.
using your leadership skills with IGLing, calling, identifying what the enemies are doing, finding a
Yeah.
solution, and you making mistakes, making good calls, making bad calls, and you build that up, right? And then obviously that won't take overnight. It's not going to happen in a week, even if I give you all this information that I am going to today. It will
Yeah.
take time. It'll take weeks. It'll take months of you making mistakes, reapplying, re-identifying, relabeling how the enemy's playing, so much so forth, and gaining the experience where it's automatic. Boom. Okay. Boom. 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 This is that. This is what we're gonna do. Yo, they're defaulting. Yo, they're running it down. Wait, be careful. They're not in. Stay. 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 Okay, like those type of. You're gonna pick up these like map hacky type instant stuff as long as you can apply some of the knowledge I'm gonna teach you today. But um, it seems like with this, it's more of a mental issue with me.
Hmm.
Like from what I'm seeing, I'm not saying you have mental issues, but your
Yeah.
mental is affected by this, right? And
Yeah.
I say this a lot to students, and this is why I talk to them first and say, "Yo, lay it all down." And think about it. We're only on the one thing, right? Like I want you to
Yep.
lay it out more. So we're gonna probably take a little while talking, but and that's why I talk to them is so that I need to make sure that their mental is somewhat strong, it's
Hmm.
level-headed, it can go towards the right direction by just us talking, okay? Because if you didn't, and I'm not saying you have any like behavioral problems or tilt or ego, but
Yeah.
something as small as this will affect you. It's already affecting you. It's been
Yeah.
affecting you, right? Is that fair to say? Tell me if I'm wrong. And so,
No, no, probably yes.
yeah, yeah. So, you know,
Like even subconsciously, it's like,
sure, yeah, it might not be
yeah.
actively. It could be back of your mind. That's something you've never thought about until now, until we talk. But um, it's important that yes, I can say we, because I'm gonna help you as we talk. But I need you to get through over this because if you don't, and then we just play a game and I assess your game and I give you all the information on what to improve on your weakness, you're not going to apply that stuff. You're still going to be kind of in your own ways. Not saying you will, but generally that person will.
Could be, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna really, really, kind of get out and open up their mind, and so that's why we need to break it down in this way. But yeah, so all I would really say is that you gotta let it go. The best thing you can do in this game is have a short in any game, any traditional sport, any business, getting girls, it's all about short-term memory. Okay, I'm not saying be
Hmm.
dementia, but you gotta let things go, especially when it's not in your control. Right? Is it in your control that you get bad teammates, good teammates?
No, no.
No, you don't. So you gotta kind of understand that, and that's my general rule in life, not just Valorant, but you need to apply that where it's like process, is it in my control? Can I control what I'm worried about, thinking about, bothering me? If it's a no, move on. Don't even think about it. Just focus on
Hmm.
yourself, what you did wrong in these games. If you lost or bad round, bad call, maybe you still win the game, right? We don't know. It's all theory craft, but
Hmm.
it's all about this process of improving, and that's why you're here today, right? To move forward to some degree to hit your goal, and it's always got to come back there. We're going to talk about that as well in the next couple of minutes, but that's that with that. So I would like you to even forget about this thought process of you're having, which is like, man, in ranked, I'm going back and forth. Forget it. If you believe you are the best player in the lobby, you will produce that type of production. No?
Hmm.
And it's not just belief, like you know it, like you've trained hard, you work on your game and stuff like that, right? So, and we'll talk about this more later on, but yeah, just I would like you to just throw this out the window because it's going to affect you negatively. How can this affect you positively ever? Right? Like, ask yourself that question.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
never.
yeah.
So that's why I'd like you to just throw it out the window. It's something that's not even in your control. The only thing that's in your control is you to play good, solo carry these fucking games. Don't even think back of Premiere when you're in these games. Oh man, my Premiere team would be on. Oh, they'd have my back while you're playing. No, flip the
Yeah.
switch as soon as you queue and you're in that loading screen, and just bro, it's time to shine. Like I'm gonna drop 20. Like you gotta believe it, have the confidence, and a lot of people don't have confidence. You're 28. I'm gonna assume that you have some sort of mental awareness to kind of have confidence in yourself. I don't think you're a
Yeah.
14-year-old kid walking through life where he didn't learn anything yet. You've probably been through life already, experienced a lot, seen a lot, failed a lot, and so you got to kind of use that to move yourself forward to hit your goal. Okay, and so that it always got to come back there. You see how I'm always talking about goal, goal. It's gotta be there. But don't worry, we're gonna talk about it. So what else instead of this back and forth in this rank, this mental side? What else are you struggling with? The walls you're hitting. It can be mental.
Um,
I don't mind. We can talk. We can break it down. A lot of people give me the mental stuff because that's what they want to work on.
no, mental's fine. I genuinely do believe that I have the best knowledge out of like anyone that I'd be playing with.
Okay. In what sense, though? What kind of knowledge do you have the best knowledge in? In which way?
Like how to play the maps. I'll usually be trying to IGL for
Are you the IGL on the
my
Brilliant team?
teams. Yeah, I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, good. So then
Um,
we're gonna work on a lot of IGL stuff today. Okay.
yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay, so you consider yourself having very strong knowledge most of the time. I'm not gonna say you have
Yeah,
the
I'm
best
definitely
knowledge
not
because
like
but
yeah.
because if you
You haven't
did,
seen any yet.
you'd be pro, right? But you probably have a very strong knowledge most of the time. You are
Yeah,
older. You probably developed leadership skills, micromanaging skills. Um,
yeah.
so and then in terms of macro, right? You can manage them. You're aware of where they are. Is that correct? Like all your teammates at all
Um,
times, or
yeah, good game sense. It depends on the agent. It's why I like to default towards Sentinel if I am trying to IGL more. Like if I'm playing Duelist, obviously
okay.
I'm a bit more locked in on my fights, so it could be harder to like keep track of people.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, like
Do
I'm very confident around my game
mm-hmm.
knowledge. The like historically, my aim has never been fantastic, but
Okay.
I feel confident. I mean, I'm always confident to take
Sure.
a 50-50 fight against like an Immortal or a Radiant,
Yeah.
and I am aware that because of my game knowledge, I'm never giving them a 50-50 fight anyway.
Sure. And that's good. That's quite rare for me to hear that because this in this game it's not about aim. It's not about 50-50. It's about using our
Yeah,
brain in terms of positioning, decision making, timings, whatever. We can go all day. Besides
yeah,
aim, where we're thinking of ways to gain 70-30 our way, 80-20, outright 100-0, right? So our
yeah,
brain is
always.
actually what will set up the action of killing, which uses mechanics. But give me something else besides, like give me the negatives of your game because you're telling me you have best knowledge. I want to know your weaknesses, and so
Yeah, I
break.
know. I'm trying to go
Yeah,
through like the five things that you were talking about just to
sure,
give myself pointers. It's
right. Aim, utility, communication, movement slash positioning, game sense slash mental game.
it's definitely
So how's your
definitely my
communication?
movement, I think.
How's your
So
communication skills?
communication's good.
Okay.
Um,
So no
I
problems
th-
at all. That's what you're telling me.
it's like I said with like if I'm focused heavily, like playing duelist, and I've got like fights coming up,
Hmm.
then I find it hard to like com at the same time.
Sure.
Like
But just
so
generally,
that's where my
generally,
comms will
generally.
lapse, but generally, yeah, good comms.
Okay. They're specific and
I
detailed.
try to pick up the comms for my teammates. So like
Okay.
even if I'm dead, I'm
Yep.
still giving comms
Good.
for my other teammates that are
Sure.
alive from the perspective of the guy that they're not seeing. So I'm
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
letting them know if they've got to take a
You're
contact or if they
accounting.
should hold
You're
the
you're you're
cross or
you're you're accounting for your teammates. Okay. Okay. So let's move on
yeah,
from comms. You're saying it's pretty good. Okay.
yeah.
Your aim. You said it's like out of 10. What would you say it is? Rate yourself. Try not to use 7.
Um,
You can use halves too, like 6.5 on decimals.
I'd probably go like a 5 or a 6. I don't.
Okay,
It's
that's fine. And
It's my
don't worry.
first competitive shooter. My
Yeah.
aim was always the worst part for me when I
Sure.
was ranking up, but
Yeah.
like having hit higher ranks now, like it has
Yeah.
gotten a lot better.
It falls off
Um,
as well as you higher you go because people start shooting better too, right? So it becomes more refined. So don't worry, we're gonna talk about the
yeah,
aim
I've
stuff.
never really felt like it was holding me back, but I have. I think my movement is pretty bad
Sure,
in
yeah, that's
fights.
fine. That's what I'm looking for. Some movement is bad in fights, okay? what about the macro movement in terms of like your movement in rotating, anchoring, taking timings? Is that solid or is that struggling too?
Uh, I, f- uh,
Be
I
honest.
feel like it depends. I think I can get caught out in these games where
Yeah, so it's mediocre then.
I'm,
If you're getting caught out,
yeah.
it's not the best. You shouldn't be getting
I
caught out.
mean, so like I'm getting caught out where I'll be trying to make sort of the best play in my head. Like I'm trying to look for the best play, like, and then I
Yeah.
should probably just play off my teammates if they're not playing with me, kind of thing. Like what you're saying about
Okay. Okay.
making sure I'm like trying to carry. Like
I'm gonna take a
there's
look.
definitely
Because
ways that you carry that like are
right,
not the ideal
sure.
positioning or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
and that's understandable. But this information you're giving me is very vague. Like it's hard for me to kind of get an idea. But it's fine. Well, I will take a look. So don't worry. Okay, so uh,
yeah,
communication is pretty good. Your movement in fights, so your fighting mechanics are bad. That's what you're saying. Like you're probably
yeah, I
crouching
think so.
too much, standing still, stationary, out in the open. Is that fair to say? Okay.
Uh,
Just generally, you don't have to be specific or think about a certain game. Just general. Be like critical and try to self-assess yourself. Don't try to be too subjective.
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. We'll say yes.
Yeah,
We'll say yes.
and
It's
I'll
better.
take a look, and this just because you tell me this doesn't mean I fully believe it or it's wrong, right? It's just
Yeah,
I will
it's
take a
definitely
look.
it's
It's
what I've
just
been working on.
sure,
Like
I'll take a
someone
look.
sent me a video for
It's okay, all good. It's,
a range setup
yeah,
for like working on movement.
I'll take a look and see. Okay, so that's that. So how was your utility usage overall?
Yeah, good.
Okay, how'd you rate it out of 10?
Um, like 8.5, 9
Okay, you're giving me
across the
big
board.
expectations when you say good and 8.5. Okay, I'll take a look at
Yeah.
that as well. Okay, what about game sense? Your ability to read the enemies and not only read them, but find solutions instantly to destroy them. Adjustments, solutions.
Um, say 7 because of the instantly part.
Okay,
Sometimes it's like hindsight hits me, and I'm
sure.
like,
Yeah.
damn, I really should have
Yep. Yep.
done that. But in the round, it doesn't
Yep.
work out.
And that's the important part in terms of
Hmm.
the game sense, because game sense is a big umbrella. It's not just reading
Yeah.
solution, it's everything. Map knowledge, understanding how sites work, agents work. And game sense, the traditional game sense in gaming means your understanding of the game. So what does that mean? It's pretty vague, like it's pretty broad, right? Like it means everything, right? Game sense, map knowledge, agent, utility, everything. So I'll take a look at this as well. You're saying it's pretty good. So
Yeah.
I was just curious to see how good is your reading, knowing what the enemies are doing,
I think
solution,
if
your
you asked me
planning,
before I was
solution.
playing in
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, I cut
Yeah,
you off,
you're good,
sorry.
you're good. Yeah, I just want to see how that is or what you would rate it because when you're an IGL, what do you think is the most important skill? To shoot
The game sense.
or to
Yeah.
understand what the enemies are doing so we can put them in their place. We can stop them in their tracks, never let what they're doing work, and we are gaining the edge by helping my team win through read, call, plan, execute. It's like a four-step process that I like to label it,
Yeah.
right? So don't worry, that's that.
My
Okay.
king boaster.
Yeah, yeah, and he's a great example. I think he's one of the top three IGLs to me in history of Valorant.
Yeah.
Maybe not currently, even so, he's still pretty up there, like top five, top 10 IGLs out of every pro tier one team, which is pretty high. There's a lot of teams, right?
Yeah.
A lot of regions, but I think in the history of IGL, he's definitely a top five IGL, like in the whole history. But that's that. So I'll take a look. Don't worry. I think this information was decent enough. I wanted it more specific because that would show if to me if you're able to really assess yourself correctly, but it's a little bit vague,
Right.
but it's fine. Don't worry. And that's something to think about too, where you need to be instantly be like, okay, like fair, unbiasedly assessing yourself. Like, okay, this is bad. I need to work on this. Okay, boom, 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 boom. But it's fine. Don't worry. I'll look at it. So it's not a big deal. But Okay, let's get into the next question. The next
Hmm.
question, I want you to be as specific and detailed as you can be, okay? I don't want the
Yep.
small goal. You're diamond one. I don't want you being like, oh, I want to be diamond three, ascendant one. You're already there, okay? It's
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah, yeah.
I want to hear the big dream, the big goal, the end goal. So, what is that to you?
No, I want to hit Immortal.
Okay,
I like high Immortal, Immortal 2,
okay.
Immortal 3.
Immortal 2,
I
Immortal 3, yep,
Short term, I just want to get back to Ascendant so my games are fun
yep.
again.
And don't worry about the short term for now. Yes, the short term is
Yeah,
as important. I had a student where he's like, "Well, I'm too scared to think that far in the future. I only want to take it one step." I'm like, "How can you take it one step at a time if you don't even know the end result you want, the end purpose, the main goal, the main dream?" Right? And why I tell my students, be specific and details. There's been some students where they can't give me an answer. We take 30 minutes developing this for him. Okay, and why I say this is important and I want you to be specific is because, there's a saying in North America. I don't know if they use this in Australia, but they say, shoot for the stars, you land on the moon. And so if you
yeah,
dream big, you dream really big, like delusional big, okay, even if you feel like you're not gonna get, if you dream that big, it's easy to start processing what those small goals and steps are towards that. And even if you fail or fall short, you will be higher than where you originally wanted. Does that make sense? And that's why
yeah,
the big goal is to me is the most important first. Then the small goals are just as important, but they are the ones that follow up with action towards that. So you need the big goal first. And so your big goal is a Mortal 2, a Mortal 3, small goal right now, as of right now. Obviously this changes as you hit it and stuff like that. It's Ascendant 1.
yeah,
Fair to say?
yeah.
And great.
It's
And
like
yeah,
Immortal 2, Immortal 3 by like mid next year would be great. I think Ascendant 1
yeah.
by like it's like
Toxic, what up?
15
Aluka,
good
hello.
games. So
Okay. And I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think that's too long or too short to be a Mortal 2, 3 by the next 8 months, 9 months?
oh, it is 8 months. I thought we were.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
just want
realize
to
it was
hear. I just
September.
want to hear your
Nah,
answer. I'm just asking a question.
that is a bit long.
Yeah. And I would say that that's way too long. Those that can
Yeah.
apply knowledge, learn from their mistakes, be critical to the T, okay? Those guys can get to immortal from your level in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I'm not even
Hmm.
joking. Okay. And you need to believe that too. Obviously, you got to put in the work. Okay. This is a game where you get what you put in, just like anything in life business, talking to girls, making money, traditional
Hmm.
sports, working out your body. Okay. You get what you put in. You put in the fucking work, you will reap the rewards. And so keep that in mind. All right. So, I think that goal is much more manageable than you think. Like a lot of people set those type of goals. I hear students say, "Yeah, I'm gonna be like they're like plat, they're like I'm gonna be radiant in 2 years." I'm like, you can do it in 6 months if you really lock the fuck in. It's how you want it to be, right? Yes, I'm here to help you. I'm your coach. I'm gonna push you in the right direction, but I'm not there holding your hand, putting in the work for you, right? So that's something you need to understand. And one session, one conversation is not going to magically solve your game. There's still an application part on top of the knowledge part that you've gained from me. So it's that's what I like to say. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I like what you said. I think it's quite good because you never really like hesitated too much. There was a little bit, but not too much. So it shows that this is what you want. Obviously, you
Hmm.
can change this as it progresses or whatever, but I want you to dream big, and so you should be aiming a Mortal 3 or even bottom rating. And obviously to you that might be like, holy fuck, I don't know if I can ever do it or this that. But like I said, you gotta
Yeah.
believe in yourself because it's what you want, it's your goal, it's your dream, okay? And we gotta shoot that high because even if you fall short, maybe you'll be a Mortal 3, a Mortal 2, faster than you believed, right? So
Yeah.
that's how we have to look, right? So that's that. Okay, I think this conversation was pretty good. Do you have any questions before we start? Anything?
No.
Okay, let's get started. So you can go ahead and cue how today will go. Is we most likely won't talk. in the first game.
Hmm.
Usually, that's how it goes. Sometimes I have when the player's a little bit higher rank, like they're Mortal 2s, Mortal 1s, then we might sometimes like 30-40%. Also, we've talked when like they're getting stomped or they're stomping them, so the game's gonna be like 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, like there's nothing to really take away, and then we just play more
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
But if that happens, we'll play it by ear. But yeah, so we won't talk. You'll play, and then I'll write notes in the 5 categories, and then we will get in the custom game and break them down. I will teach you stuff. We'll process things. We'll bounce ideas. You'll ask questions. I'll ask you questions. Um, and yeah, at the end, after all that stuff, I will show you. Well, not show you. I will give. We'll talk about your aim training. What
Hmm.
I expect from you if you want elite aim.
Hmm.
And then I will give you resources on top of that, whether you use aim labs, Kovacs, and videos on how to do them properly, stuff, and the range routine stuff, and all that stuff. So don't worry about that until the end. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no
pretty much how
worries.
I'll go.
I will say I probably like avoided a lot of aim trainers just because
Sure.
like I did aim labs for a bit and it was like making me feel a bit sick. I don't know.
Sick?
Like being so like hyper focused on like small
Mm-mm.
targets for
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
the yeah, yeah, like the point to point thing and then like the
Interesting.
and it's only like 30 to 45 minutes, but I guess like you're locked in the whole time. Whereas
Yeah.
like in a Valorant game, you're like kind of
I,
going in and out of focus.
I'm not sure what that's from, but maybe you could just have a big ass headache because you're just like, this shit's so difficult. That's something I experienced in the beginning where like I was like mentally tilting because I would start sweating, I start getting hot because I couldn't keep up with the dots. Like in the beginning, like when I was like a noob, like diamond,
Yeah, yeah.
like first training, like episode 3, 2, like I was like my mind found it so difficult, so like maybe that could be a case, but yeah, everyone's a little bit different. But um, what I like to say is that it gets easier
Match
over time.
found.
Like even with working out, I don't know if you go to
Yeah.
the gym at all, but in the beginning, if you don't work out at all and you do a push up, it feels like horrible. You just feel like you're gonna
Yeah,
die.
you're sore for like a day
Yeah, like
afterwards. It's
even like
like
5 push-ups, right? If you're like absolutely nobody working out kind of guy, but as you add progressive overload, you expend less energy for this even more repetition. So that's kind of how you have to look at it as well. It'll get easier over time. It could be a mental
yeah.
thing. It could be a physical thing. It could be a genetic thing too, in terms of like maybe your eyes and how they work. So, but I think anyone, in my opinion, can get really, really good at aim trainers. Not just become an aim trainer player, but practice aim trainers with it. They can apply the skills from there that are important into Valorant. Like, the main aim training things in Valorant is just tracking, static aim, flicking, micro adjusting. That's it. It's like it's smoothness, a little
Yeah.
smoothness, like straight lines when you move your cursor, like mouse control can go under there, right? Like that's all Valorant needs. But other games tend to focus on much more heavy tracking, vertical and horizontal, right? Valorant's just horizontal, it's just left, right, really.
Everyone is afraid.
So,
Yeah.
and timing. So, yeah, I feel like anyone can get really elite aim. Because you know why? I did. I got elite aim, and my aim was terrible. I used to have a 10% headshot percentage. Now I have a 33-35% average headshot. Some games I get like
Yeah.
60%, 50%, and I'm
When I first hit
instantly
Believe in
winning.
diamond,
your
I
Yeah,
was
blueprint.
single digit headshot
That's your
yeah,
percentage.
yeah,
blueprint.
And now I average like 25, 30.
yeah. Okay, so good luck on your game.
What's
I'll
up,
see you
team?
after. Don't be
No
nervous.
worries.
Okay.
Yo, what's good, bro?
How you doing?
Yo,
We
what up, bro?
wanna fight Rebel?
I'll talk to the chat real quick. Toxic Izzy, hello. His big goal is to actually win a game. Lol, I'm his duo. I like trash talking. Lol, 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 lol.
Guess not.
There.
So
We'll just play
comms.
on site arena. I'm just gonna eye early.
Yes, sir.
I'll find you.
Yeah, they're pushing up towards A. They have Rebel.
Reloading.
Jesus.
So off that round, you know, he's out in the open. He knows they're coming up. He called that they're coming up, so.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
This guy's AFK. Yo, Toxic Izzy, how am I doing? Yo, I'm a little bit.
Right.
I have a little bit of a headache. I've had a long day, and it's getting late. So, but that's why I'm drinking a ton of water.
I'm sorry, I had wrong key lines. I'll
Trying
fix the
to.
rest of them in a minute.
Show me a target.
Right, you win these.
Oh, shit!
Okay.
Alright, just get. Ignore that.
You got dicked up.
Warm up
Yeah,
round.
I'm gonna keep taking a look. I'm not gonna write anything down for now, but
How do I
yeah.
rebind my scroll wheel to my weapons?
No idea.
No idea. Fuck, how do I?
Reina, push up with
There.
the outlaw, get a pick, and then you can dismiss
Where
out.
are they?
Because they're going to have light shields.
I'll find you.
the
Oh my god. What is she doing?
Catch them.
Spotted A.
Last player standing.
okay, nothing crazy. They're on safe.
Reina, time to hunt.
If you're walling A, I'm just going to try and get info C.
How are you, Toxic Izzy?
There. I'll find you.
They broke my haunt C main. They're pushing up quite fast.
Bring them down. Reloading. There.
Spike
We'll
planted.
catch them. Bring them down.
Interesting.
Chest on the left.
Last player
I
standing.
think his positioning this round was too passive. Like he started here when he should probably started here. But I think he did come a little bit late to the site because he was rotating from A. Because he saw that Sage was there.
No peeking.
Yeah, that's crazy. What is he doing?
Nice try.
Oh, this reminds me. It is
Fuck.
Hey, ignore the bad aim. You didn't see it.
Actually,
Anyone feeling generous?
I'm good. I finally hit plat today. Nice, nice. Keep it up. Keep grinding.
Can you buy me ISO?
Yes.
Teşekkürler.
Clove, can you throw a smoke on rubble here? It's a one way.
There. 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 Where are you? There.
I'm not gonna lie, they're fighting for A main like really bad.
Oh my fucking god.
He's a crouch peeker. He's a crouch peeker fighter.
Last player standing.
What do we learn by fighting ourselves?
So I wrote the way they are fighting A is really bad, especially with 4 people on A. He threw an eye. There's a one-way on rubble. The smoke should be main over here.
There.
And then
There.
they throw an eye, and then they
There.
all start going left, swinging.
Where are you?
I'm gonna be yawning a lot, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna push up with you, Reyna.
My head is hurting.
Let's flank.
My territory.
They have no trips or anything. Let's just go, bro.
Enemy spotted A.
Aw.
2 tree. And 1 close left here.
Bring them down. One enemy remaining.
Last one side.
Bring them down. Take hold.
Pretty aware.
Nice, good round.
Time for them to kneel.
I'm making him nervous. No, that's why I always tell my students, don't be nervous. Pretend I'm not here. So I'm not.
I think we can't really
I'm not
fight
gonna
rubble,
judge
so
him.
it works better if we just push around behind them. So let's fight C instead. If you take like B main space, you could maybe come through door as well.
There.
I like that he's quite aware of the menu map. That's pretty good. A lot of people aren't. This is pretty decently aware. No problem there. Like,
Yeah, they're pushing C.
defense,
Catch them.
defense.
Damn.
He's a body shot.
120 jet, she's up top, and some pushed.
Cannot instantly delete body shot demon. So I'm gonna be honest, off the rip, off these 6 rounds, guys, that his aim is definitely the issue. He seems like an all brain, no aim type player, which is I will always say that in a lot of my VODs. That's the like more
Yeah,
uncommon part of the spectrum, where
Are we just like
they don't
losing
have
our
mechanics,
ones,
but
or
they have like really good
none of
awareness,
them
good
die?
game
Yeah,
sense.
like,
You know, he
Yeah, pretty
understands the
much.
game pretty
Either
decently.
sincerely, I'm just fucking terrible.
But 90% of people are like all aim, and then all the stuff he's
don't
good
know
at,
why
they don't
everyone's like
have.
this.
So he actually has the easier side to improve on. Like
There.
Have some
that, the
confidence.
spectrum he's in, it's
You're
easier to
good,
get
you're
better
good.
because all you have to do is just work on aim
Rough start.
and keep
Easily
you know,
winnable.
gaining experience and making mistakes and
Why
learning
is
what is
everyone so nice in
calling,
this round?
macro and stuff.
They're
micro
not.
and
You
stuff
just
like
got lucky.
that. Yeah, I don't get
Yeah,
nervous. Yo,
good.
sup, Solar? I'd also be
Let's
nervous.
push this
To be
ISO.
fair. Why? Why would you be nervous?
Maybe
I can
go for
confirm
door.
it's more brains than
Okay.
aim. Yeah, he has his moments where he is shooting, but normally tries to.
Do you have shield? Here, alt.
You didn't even need to tell me that. I
Ult.
can see
Where?
it. I can see
Alright,
it.
it's too late now.
He's. Oh,
Yeah.
he missed the ult.
I got this.
Catch
I'll
them.
die.
Like I never left.
Last player standing.
Why'd you drop your gun at me, bro? Should have kept it.
He should have probably just
I
kept.
mean,
shooting.
if you ulted when I yelled ult at you, you would have hit her in
I didn't
main.
know how you wanted me to ult.
So I'm sorry, I'll ping it.
Situational
just killed the
awareness,
radar.
that situational awareness needs work on the micro level. Like there, why is he not shooting it? Just shoot it. He needs to just shoot the deadlock.
I'm just gonna counter ult the fade if they come C.
Slam them.
2B.
Boom. Where are you?
And just slammed his ass.
I'll be honest, this looks like default.
Oh my god, I
like
got a
the
kill.
default Valorant crosser. That's what it looks like to me.
Cutting their vision.
Get him.
Left side.
Get him.
One enemy
one tap.
remaining.
Yeah.
Fade was B main.
I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
even
give
though
up
his
C
brain
lane
is
to get a gun.
decent, he's still having some. Like he should be like managing the setup a little bit
Play
better.
together.
Probably
Like,
say.
There.
Nice, good round.
My fault. My fault, Sage. I'm not really paying attention to what's
I
near
know
me.
what must be done.
Your fade. Good question.
Yes.
Can you remember the rain?
What?
You didn't answer my question.
Go across, I'll wait for you.
Where are you?
Yeah, that was a bad peek.
I'm gonna open
Just
the
push
door.
behind them.
Show me a target.
I mean, he's
Aggressive
able to
man.
take space.
Your fear!
It's the fade ult. Play safe, Reyna. I have ult if we get a pick.
Spike planted.
I won't use it in a 5v3, but
Last player standing.
Silence.
shit.
But I'm not sure. Yeah, I gotta ask. It's a pretty
I reckon I'll take
unique
a tip after this.
crosshair, man.
I've earned it.
You don't like my
What
crosshair?
inspired it?
I can use the center dot when I need to long range aim, and the larger part of the crosshair helps me focus on it, like in hectic fights, and if I have to spray.
That's interesting.
There. There.
I think his minimap settings are pretty good. Look at Parksnet. What's up, guys?
Why
Zano.
do I-
What's up, Polo? My boy.
Let's see.
There's
Yeah,
at least
that's a nice-
two.
Yeah, let's see. How much.
I'm gonna ult there, execute.
Where take them? Bring them a fork.
They haven't committed.
They're util dumping like their asses off.
Bring them down.
Ah, fuck, too late. I have eye again in 7 to re-clear.
Spike down.
I like how he
A.
just shoots me through a fucking wall.
My territory. My fruit. I have
Oh.
them now.
Sentinel Duelist is a crazy.
Didn't think
aim
she saw
tool.
me. It's Fade and Deadlock on C.
He's actually a flex. I just wrote down what he's maybe I should write flex instead, but I just wrote down what he said is his best roles, which is Sentinel and
We have Spike down on A.
Duelist, but he is playing
30
Fade,
seconds
so-
left. Last player standing. One enemy
Bro, the
remaining.
guy is in spawn.
I fuck with this rap.
10 seconds left.
I don't think that guy has enough time. Oh, he does. He does. This guy should have left the ball.
Spike planted.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Probably would not have wrapped here. Luca, 20. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Huge.
He's got a smoke.
Well played.
Yeah, that was pretty like it was pretty badly played by this Clove in that 1v1.
I love getting carried.
Dancing
But-
back
Yeah.
activated.
He made up for it. He made up for it.
Find the weakest link and kick him in the shin.
Let's fight A again.
Okay, he's making a call.
Can you put a smoke on the end of rubble? Because it's a one-way for someone playing in here. I'm gonna throw the decay immediately. Actually, no one's with us. We can't really fight this.
Take hold. There.
There.
Spike's full.
Find you. Mark one.
There's one back rubble and one at breakable. 2 and B.
Rana blind C.
They're smoking B. That's 3B.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Damn.
Unlucky.
I just must not have the brain for this rank.
Last round.
What do
in
you
the half.
mean?
What do you mean this
I-
rank? What are you?
Building money is useless now.
Don't worry about it.
What rank are you?
I was sitting on ping on C for like half the fucking round, not even moving, shifted the whole time to get there. He opens door, he's sitting right there, watching
Damn,
exactly
old channel
where I
servers.
slot.
Yeah, I
Like
should have wrote
full
that.
fucking sitting there, not moving.
It's
straight,
APAC.
looking where I am.
APAC. I shall
I don't
update
know,
the
I guess
stream.
I'm just
I'll
dumb.
put APAC.
Unfortunately, that's a very on angle.
You guys want a Gamba Gamba or what?
I mean, normally, when no one makes any sound,
Okay, you guys
hear
have
first,
2 minutes to
hold it
predict if
for
you'll win this or not.
a million years.
We'll have fun with the coach says. Don't be too harsh on him, or I'll have to listen to him cry when I get home. Hopefully, you can help him out. Yep, I'll try my best, bro. Thanks, man. Thanks for the follow. Definitely.
One entry on me.
Try to make him a good player for your guys' premier team.
Damn.
Gamba Gamba.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
His positioning is no.
Last player standing.
Oh
Oh
shit.
fuck! I was trying to pop your ult, like,
He got ulted.
Oh,
Nice shots. Unlucky.
I popped it. I shouldn't have popped it. Why did I pop it?
No. It was good.
Sides.
Last
I
round.
expected Clove to pop his ult too.
Yeah, that's alright. That's alright.
So, anyone have a ghost skin? A good one.
Anyone feeling
Very
generous?
short.
Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Reyna. Okay. Don't fight immediately. Reyna's DC'd.
This guy's actually funny.
Just play
This guy's like,
back and
"Thank you."
link. See if they
Thank
push
you.
A. I'm gonna eye C mound and see if I can take some
Okay,
space.
He's
Maybe get the ult
IGLing. He's IGLing. Alright, alright.
There.
and just start to farm my ult.
Are you speaking Cyrillic?
His planning
That's
isn't
what it sounds
bad.
like to me.
Not
Find
bad.
you.
Deadlocks up mound. There's 2 on C, 1 up B. There's 1 flanking. Ah,
Oh my god.
Satisfying.
Oh,
Healing you.
we didn't talk about it. If anyone saw that.
Jet was C. Fade started the round on B.
So round 13, as soon as he identifies that there's 2C, 1B, he needs to start running A, or he inserts himself like that in a better position probably.
He's in
And
trade.
then,
Behind you,
tell,
behind you.
and then tell his teammates to go A. He needed to tell them, run, go, because if there's 2C, 1 mid, that
I
means there's
don't
only
know.
2A, that's a 4v2. And we'd probably be taking that all day. So. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think his aim is probably
Fuck,
the
we just
weakest,
lost
and
our enemy.
positioning, his movement,
Who's just lost our
positioning.
only good player?
Game sense is decent, pretty decent, and then also the comms are good. He's able to call, plan, but execution is bad. So
We can just farm ults. Come fight C. We have eco, because Reyna's gone. It's probably gonna help us actually.
Forward.
There. Where are you?
Show me a target.
Bring them down.
Last player standing. Spike down.
with
C.
fear.
This deadlock's just the go. just like how deadlock's
You know,
always there,
one
you
could
know?
just outlive them. Nah, bullets are quick.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to fight the space. Mm,
I don't know. This deadlock's just the best part.
I'll
I've ever
dog
seen.
earlier. Just see if you can run her down. Like, I'm gonna do the same eye. She's gonna try and shoot it to break it, and then I'll dog and run her down.
Where are
Focusing. Breaking them.
Bring them down.
They didn't even push it.
Pushing down B main, I just heard one.
Shot in a smoke.
Making cover.
One water.
Bring them down. Catch them. No charges.
Opening door.
Last player standing.
I was only expecting one.
I just can't keep up in this lobby, I guess. I'm just the worst player to ever play the game.
Ayah.
What is your mental?
Okay, let's just I think I should be at least 6 ranks below this.
I'm gonna start logging in, make sure. Pretty sure I'd fade.
Match point.
Once more into battle.
Do you not add people anymore? Oh.
Are you?
Reloading.
Pretty sure I'd fade on this account. Let's check.
Can I get the? Oh,
Also, did you know?
okay.
No, you can't. You can't. Did you know you
Shit, let
can
me
buy
check on this
accounts
account
with
first.
ranked ready accounts
Shit, I don't think I do though.
with a premium skin for $20? Like, you can buy accounts with like Oni Phantom
There.
and Valiant Hero for $20.
Play towards A. I'm gonna do the same default utility.
Bring them down. My territory. My room. I have them now.
Help
The
me,
spike is down.
please, Clove.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
Clove.
Sleep.
That makes 3. My ult is ready.
Oh,
That's fine.
Defenders.
I thought that was on her head.
Okay.
Fuck.
GG. GG. Give me 1 second.
GG,
Okay?
guys.
I thought guys did.
Whoa.
Might have to give me 1 second. Just chat. Give me 1 second. I have to reset something real quick. You can hear me, right? I'm just logging in. I
Yes.
gotta make sure. I'm pretty sure I fade on this account. Pretty positive. Wait. What I do? I gotta just reset all this shit real quick. Give me a sec.
That's a full plat gold lobby, by the way.
Yep, all good. All good, my friend. All good. Okay. Sorry, just give me like 5 minutes. Oh, fuck, somebody played on this account a long time
You're,
ago.
you're
and
so
I
good. You're so good.
gotta
That's fine.
reset all my settings. Fucking annoying. Which I should have done before, but I totally forgot.
That's alright. What's the Do you know the name off by heart? I'll add it while you're doing.
No, you don't have to add me. I'm gonna share my screen, so just give me a sec.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright. CVBX. Yeah, that's pretty much all my settings, I think. Something like that. Okay, think I got it. Alright, how do you feel about that game? Talk to me. Lay it all down a little bit while I do this real quick.
I did not enjoy that game at all. I felt like my aim took a while to warm up, or I wasn't ready for some of those fights that were happening early on. And then
Sure.
it was really hard to get people to play with me in that one. Like it seemed like people were on board with what I was saying, but then I was realizing like probably 10 to 15 seconds too late that we weren't actually
Yeah.
doing any plays. So then I tried to go C to sort of see if I could make something happen on that side of the map with the rotates behind them. But
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it didn't really work out.
and I'll give you a couple. We're gonna like I know the game was quick, so we're not gonna play more, even though it's a stomp. I think I got enough notes as well where we're gonna break these
Another
down,
mission?
and not only
Yeah.
break them down,
Anything to keep
but I'm
Surprise,
going.
going to
motherfucker.
give you my knowledge on certain stuff, on tips and tricks and stuff like that. So just give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Make sure I got all this stuff here on.
My ult is ready.
Okay. All right. Let me just turn this back on. Okay. So let me share my screen as well. Alexander Bick, thanks for the follow.
No worries.
Okay. All right. You can see my screen.
Yep.
All right. So, okay, let's get through these. Let me pull up the notes real quick. Where did they go? The fuck. Okay. So, I'm gonna rank these categories for you first. Okay. And if I were to
Mhm.
rank these categories, okay, off the rip, okay, your aim is the worst, right? Movement and
Yeah.
positioning follows. Okay, I think your comms follows after that is pretty good. Like it's like to me at this level it's probably like a 7.5, 7 in that range. Like it's above average. And I'll show
Yeah.
you how to get it to 9 and above a
Yeah.
Mortal 3 type communication. And then also, so it's a aim is worst. Like okay, yeah, I'm doing it from worst to best. I usually do it from best to worst, but aim is worst. And I'm not saying it's dog shit when I say worst. I'm just saying it's your weakest trait. So aim,
Yeah.
movement slash positioning follows that. Just it's weak. Okay, and then your comms pretty good, and then I'm gonna say your utility usage is pretty good. I want to kind of tweak some
30
stuff a little
seconds
bit more,
left.
and then or give
Mhm.
you a little bit more knowledge with that, and then your game sense probably the best trait. Not saying it's the best. Don't let that build an
Yeah. Yeah.
ego in
Yeah.
you where you're like
The
like
best out of
yeah
mine.
yeah yeah because I'm not you,
Yeah.
but a lot of students will they'll get smoke blown up their ass when I say this, and then they just think, I don't need to work on it anymore. And I always tell them, no, 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 don't think like that ever. I'm
No.
just,
No. No. So
just
it's a
kind of,
fine line
yeah,
managing ego
good.
and
Yep,
confidence.
yep, yep. And that's all I want you to understand, because some students don't understand that for some reason. I don't know why. You know how people are. But
Yeah.
yeah. So that's how to rank it. Okay. And also with the game sense part, I think it's pretty strong. And I want to tweak it more, where I can give you some more high level understanding behind certain stuff. So
Mhm.
that's that. Any questions? Anything you want to say before we start getting in these notes?
Um. Oh, actually, I would love to confirm. So
Yep.
I saw a video ages ago
Mm-hmm.
from okay, so from Woohoojin. But
Yep. Yep. Okay. One of the worst examples you can bring, but okay.
okay,
Yeah. Go
okay,
ahead.
okay, okay. But
Yep.
he was coaching someone and they had a similar thing where their raw aim seemed okay.
Yep.
But they would get in a lot of fights, and I think it looked very similar to what that game looked like for me, where
Sure.
they're just not expecting people to be in positions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think in my head, that's a lot of what was going wrong there.
Sure.
Was
Yep.
that I wasn't expecting the fights that I was getting into. Like, and then the fights that I was expecting, like there was that flank.
Yep.
And I just like tapped the Rainer and whoever else it
And
was.
and
Um,
this is what I'll say. I know it's one game, right? I know I wish I could watch you play 1,000 games to get an accurate representation of your aim. But
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah.
saying it's weak is because, like you said, you're like, oh, my raw aim's pretty good, but some shit happened this game, this, that, this, that. But the
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of spraying
yeah,
there. There was like, yeah,
the problem is that it's not refined aim. You see the difference?
yeah,
Raw
yeah, yeah, yeah.
aim and refined aim. And as a coach, what do you think my expectation of elite aim is? Is it
You're gonna help me refine it.
right? But is it raw? Do I look more raw or refinement? Right? It's
No,
obvious.
no refinement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's obviously the refinement. You can understand that. So, yes, your raw
yeah,
aim isn't that bad. I'm not saying it's on the floor, right? Even near the end, you started warming up a little bit where you're tapping these guys jumping through the air right here. Remember the jet here? You're like micro adjusting them in the air, tapping them. Yes, and
oh
you
yeah,
had
I almost
you
got that.
also had a round where you I wrote it down. I can't remember. I'm kind of tired, but there was a round where
Yeah,
you instant deleted two people, but that only happened one time,
I
right?
guess because I all those fights, I fully was ready for them. Like I was
Sure,
expecting them. I
sure.
knew where they were gonna be.
Whether you're ready or not, my expectation is that you need to instantly delete people all the time. Not 1 out of 10 times
Always,
because you're
yeah,
ready the one time. I need it ready 12 out of 12, 14 out of 12, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Beyond when you're ready. And obviously, there's active aim and passive aim. Passive aim is more holding angles, crosshair placement. Active aim is you just looking at the floor and just flicking a guy or micro adjusting well or tracking him very well. That's the active aim part.
Yeah,
And so you
that
need to
sucks for me.
yes, and you need to bring both of these together because you have boomer aim. You're pretty good at like holding angles and crosshair. Like it's
Yeah,
decent. It's not like 8 out of 10. It's probably like a 6.5. It's above average, but you're not
yeah.
relying or refined your aim where we can use the active part, which is more important, right?
Okay.
Because and imagine if your passive aim is pretty decent, 6.57 out of above the average in your elo or even
Mhm.
at a mortal elo, probably at your elo, okay? And then you add 9 out of 10 active aim, like you're gonna kill people
Yeah,
every single time. Does that make sense logically? And it's objective,
yeah.
so it's
That's when
not
you get Alaka in your chat.
it's actually objective and subjective because you see it in real time with the pros. They're so good at passive aim, holding and understanding angles, how to hold, when he's gonna hold, and fighting mechanics, and then also using the flicking, micro adjusting, and tracking smoothness, right? And it's also
Yeah,
subjective because it happened to me. I was
yeah.
totally dog shit at aiming in this game, and then I got it up to 9, 8 out of 10 at a Mortal 3 level, shitting on Radiant players. Okay, and so you
Mhm.
can too. It's not genetics. And also, one thing I'll say briefly, okay, is that I said this to the chat, which is you're actually in the smaller percentage on the spectrum. So if there's a spectrum, okay, where there's aimers on the left side, brainers on the right side, like absolute brain sense guys, game sense guys.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry. Um, you're on the right side where you're leaning more there, not in the middle where you're balanced. Good aim, good brain. You're more leaning to the right where it's pretty good awareness, pretty good understanding of the game, decent at this level, but your aim is lacking. And
yeah.
there's the opposite, which 90% of this is my rough estimate. I think 90% of people fall under this through my experience of coaching over the last 7 months, which they're
Yeah,
all aim, no brain. You've heard that, right? Bro, you're all aim, no brain. You can't even
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
think. How do you not know? So,
It's
and
100% of
right,
APAC.
sure, sure. NA is the same. NA is exactly the same. Is 95%
All
people are
aim.
all aim, even at a Mortal 1 level,
Yeah.
Mortal 2 level. They only focus on aim, and that's the problem. But anyway, so if I were to ask you a question, which which part of the spectrum is actually easier to get better in or better to be in? What would you say? Do you know? Just not a trick question. Just trying to see if you understand.
I
Open brain.
personally think the brain part is easier to
Good.
get better
Why?
at.
Why? It's so simple.
Um,
I know the answer. I'm sure you know the answer if you answer that correctly. Do you know why?
I mean, the answers already exist. You can watch people like play the maps and everything. You can.
I
The
will tell you.
information is there. You just have
I
to
will tell
learn.
you. You're kind of wrong. Like not wrong, but you're kind of
Okay.
off on the point.
Mhm.
Why when you have brain and no aim is easier versus having all aim, no brain is because you've at least done some, right, development of your game sense. Does that make sense? And if I were to ask you,
Yeah.
is game sense harder to develop or mechanical skill? Which one's harder? No brainer. Game sense is way fucking harder. Okay? It's true. This is
Okay.
objective. Mechanical skill to develop is the easiest thing to do. All you have to
Yeah.
do, okay, is practice your aim every day, 3-4 hours a day, and you could get Radiant level 8. Game
Hmm.
sense requires more deep thinking, criticalness, being able to self assess, accountability, making mistakes, gaining experience. You see how we're talking about more stuff? Aim is just,
Yeah.
okay, go to aim trainers in the range, DM 10 times a day,
Okay.
and work on your tracking, micro adjusting, flicking, end of story. And you only have to, and
Yeah.
you just have to do it every day. But with game sense, it's a little bit different because you have to think, you have to put in effort in processing information. So off
Yeah.
that, you are actually in the spectrum where you can actually get really good much quicker than a guy at your elo which developed 9 out of 10 aim but is everything is utility usage, game sense, movement, positioning is on the ground, comms on the ground,
Mhm.
right? So you are already ahead in that department. So um, I would like you to kind of, and don't worry, we'll talk about it at the end. But that's something I'd like you to kind of think about and focus on moving forward now. Okay, where
Yeah.
you've developed, I think your brain's pretty good. Obviously, that doesn't mean stop working on it. Stop watching pro play. Stop watching VCT. Stop processing how to get better calls and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's time to put in that work with aim. And I think the problem with a lot of
Okay.
people that struggle with improving their aim, like in your case, the people on your spectrum or the brain no aim, is that it's a little
Yeah.
bit what's the word I'm looking for? It can be like a little bit like annoying because you have to do it every day. You got to be consistent.
Yeah.
You have to be disciplined. There's a lot of days when in my peak, I trained twice a day, once in the morning, once at the end after I did everything, play, DM, range, watch pro play, okay? But the there's a little bit of annoyance there where like a non-disciplined thing, a
There.
disciplined thing going there where like you don't want to do it, you're tired, right? But you know it's good for you, you know it's going to refine your aim, and that's the
Yeah.
part people struggle with, the uncomfortability. It's uncomfortable, right? Being disciplined and consistent. And I'm sure for you as well, right? And so, and I'm not saying you solely have to use aim trainers. You could go the route where it's just in-game stuff. Um,
Mhm.
but that you have. Anyways, we'll save that for the end. I don't want to get too into because we're gonna break it down. But we'll save that for the
Yeah.
end. The aim stuff for the end. But that's what I'd like you to focus on moving on forward. Okay. Any
Yeah.
questions
Easy.
with that?
No.
Okay,
No.
so let's start
Seem
with the
to.
notes. I'm sorry I'm getting carried away a little bit. Pretty late for me right now, but okay. So
It's all good. Please do.
let's get through this. So it's some of these notes are general, so it happened multiple
Mhm.
times. Some of these notes I wrote down the round, so it's specific, and we can break
Okay.
those ones down, and then you can also refer back to the VOD and see what we're talking about. So the first one, okay, comms. We'll start with comms section. Okay, likes to call slash make plans on defense. Okay, I think that what I noticed was that you like to make the call, and if I were to ask you a question, would they listen to you most of the time? What'd you say?
Most of the time they do. Yeah.
Yeah, like they kinda did, but they didn't actually
Oh,
do.
in that game? No.
Yeah, in
Sorry.
this game.
No, they
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm
No.
talking
No.
this
They
game
weren't. No. No. No.
specifically.
They weren't with me at all.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like I was like, they weren't really listening to you, and whose responsibility, whose problem is that?
Yeah. Mine.
Yours. Good. You can take accountability. Shows that you're a smart guy. Okay. You. Because if you deem yourself an IGL type player, then your default is to IGL most games. 8 out of 10 games.
Yeah.
Right? There's going to be times where just better IGLs and you're going to listen to them or whatever. Okay? Or
Yeah.
the whole collective team is making a call. But what I need you to understand is that it starts not from the call where they listen to you, but from the small things. You being specific and detailed, you kind of um, being assertive, right?
Yeah.
You say it once, they don't listen, say it again. have a voice, being loud and clear and confident in your voice. Because sometimes you said something, like happened once or twice, and they all ignored you. Say it again. You
Yeah.
just stopped. Yeah, they're not doing. In my games, there's a lot of times where I make a call, they don't hear it. I say it again. Yo, guys, where are you going? I called this, and they listen. They just fix it because they're
Yeah.
busy. They're running around. They're in their own thoughts. They might be whatever, ADHD brain or just autopilot. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it takes that second kick to get them to listen to. So that's something I like you to
Yeah.
think about on defense. This is a defensive note. Tackling side, we'll get through
Okay.
there. But on defense, because you make a call, which they were decent. I'm not saying they're elite, but at least you're thinking
Yeah.
about doing some sort of solution, right? Or trying to think about how they
Yeah.
kind of play to some degree. Not saying it's 100% degree, but 40%. You're like, okay, I'm thinking. Okay, I'm trying to use my brain. They're not listening to you. And what's the
I
point if we?
think
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I think there was a bit of like that's kind of where the mental comes into play as well,
For
because
sure.
like I'd consider I have a fairly strong mental, but
You get disheartened. I
I mean
know.
just things like that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know the
Like after
feeling.
the first
I
time
yeah
I make the call and no one listens,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, well,
You feel
like
like
maybe
nobody
I'll just try and play
yeah
for myself,
yeah yeah. And
or that they're not trying to win or whatever. So
sure.
it's like,
I know that feeling. Trust me, I've gone through that too early on in my IGL career where I would make calls, they don't listen. I'm like, man, they don't like me or they don't listen to me or they think it's bad. Okay? It's not about
yeah,
feeling that. It's about really trusting yourself, and obviously you're going to develop this over time where it's going to work. And if I were to ask you, if you knew it's going to work 100% of the time, wouldn't you be adamant on telling them to do it? Like logically.
yeah. I mean, even in that game, like I knew,
Right.
like if we just played to my calls, we
Yeah.
would have won
And
so many
so,
more rounds
yeah,
there, if not the game.
sure. And that's a little theory crafty. We don't know the outcome fully, but
Yeah, yeah.
there's a mental side here a little bit, right? We understanding where it's like if we can use a traditional sport or, business. Like
I
like
had like 0 out of 4 players like
sure.
being
But
responsive,
like I
which
told you,
was
it doesn't start from the call. Like you just make a call and they start
everything
listening
else.
to you.
Yeah,
You need to be specific. You need to be try harding in your communication. Really good communication. You need to be accounting for the map for the team. Yo, 1A, 1B. Yo, Stacy, Stacy. Like you need to be on top of them like that where they're like, "Whoa, this guy's really good at communication. Whoa, this guy's really
mhm.
aware. Wait, his stuff makes sense." You can even rationalize with them. That's also another tip you can do where it's like, "Guys, they're running it down A the last 5 rounds. Let's stack it. Let's do this. Guys, they're defaulting around forever. The last 7 out of 10 rounds defaulting, playing slow, playing for picks, controlling areas, and then they group up and hit somewhere together. Let's not push." Does that make
Yeah,
sense logically? If I said that to you and you're on my
yeah,
team, would you not listen to that because I rationalized with you? It makes
yeah.
sense. If we're gonna walk down when they're default, we're gonna die. They're holding us individually, right? So
Mm.
that is a tip that you can use. That's a tip I used in my games where they don't listen. I just yell at them, guys. Are you? And I'm a little bit more aggressive. Um, just kind of my personality. I'm a old. Me and you are from the same generation, so our generation of gaming
Yeah,
was a lot of the R word, retard, and this, that, and just being really harsh on each other, right? So that's just more my style.
yeah, yeah,
But I'd be like, hey, retards, let's do this. Like, that's just me. I'm not saying do that. I would definitely tell you not to do that. You're going to get banned. But
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's just my style. We're like, guys, wake the fuck up. Like, I'll say it like that. Bro, it's not going to work. No, we're doing this. I literally don't ask them. I tell them to. And I'm gonna be honest right now. A lot of people will think I'm lying, bro. When I talk like that, I'm confident in my call, assertive, whether it's gonna work or not, because I've made the read, I make the call, I've developed the plan in my mind, and I want to execute it. I'm really adamant. Sometimes I'll fight with the other IGL guy. You know how there's like two dominant IGLs sometimes, not all the time, but in some games where you're trying to make a call and some other
Yeah.
guy wants to make his call. I don't like ego him down, but I'm like, okay, and it's all situational. Sometimes I'll put my 2 cents to combine our things together, or if I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
truly feel like his call is actually terrible, then I'm like, nope, that's not what it. No, listen to me. Like I just make myself the captain, if that makes sense. And it's a little bit
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everyone's personality is a little bit different, but I'm telling you right now, if you do that, and not in a like a non-productive way where you're like egoing them hard, yelling at them like in a really toxic way. Like it's just adamant and confident. Guys, no, we're doing this right now. Okay, this is gonna work.
Mhm.
Trust me. You can even say that too. Trust me. And obviously, if it doesn't work, you need to say, "Yo, my bad. Maybe that was a bad call. Take accountability there. Learn from the call where the mistake happened. This, that, boom, boom,
Mhm.
boom, and then you build it." Does that make sense? But
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
I think because this is important to you, right? You're an IGL. If you
yeah,
weren't an IGL, we would never break this down. But there's also a mental side to IGLing and also an application part too. Because what's the point if you made the read, you kind of know how they play the enemies, okay?
yeah,
You've come up with a call, guys. Let's do the setup. Let's stack over here, or maybe let's spread out. Maybe we'll fast forward this, boom, boom, and then you make a plan. Okay, I want the Sage on C, and then this, or the Sage over here, or the 3-man fight over here, whatever the plan part of the call, and then we can't execute it because no
mm,
one listens. Right? What's the point if we do step 1, 2, 3 if we can't do step 4, which is the most important? Application, execution.
yeah.
Right? Your dream, your plan needs to come into fruition for it to work. Because what's the point, right? What's the point of thinking all this stuff if they're not gonna? So there's that side where you need to, and this goes under leadership skills, right? Are you an athlete at all, or have been?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So then you understand. It's like the captain on the team. Does nobody look at the captain of the team on the? You guys are Australian, so rugby team. That guy's the
Yeah,
baddest motherfucker on the team. No, the football team, the soccer team, the
yeah.
hockey team. That guy is the most respected because he knows best. And that's what I expect from you too, is that you start developing yourself where you know best, and then also that you deem yourself the captain of the ship. That's how you have to look at it. Okay, so
Mhm.
I hope this kind of helps you with the mental side of making them listen to you. Okay, any questions?
Yeah. No.
Okay, and why I'm breaking this down too is because it seems like you like to make calls and plans, no, and try to execute it, and so it's really important that you get to that execution part by building synergy, rapport,
Yeah.
you showing yourself as a really good IGL because
Right.
your communication skills and awareness are so good, or you made a call, they listened to you one time and it absolutely destroyed them, and then they start trusting you. Does that make sense? And I'm an IGL. When I play my
Yeah.
games, people are like, and I'll call things across the map and save this guy walking off, and I see a question mark. I'm like, yo, he's behind you, he's behind you, he's behind you. And this guy turns around and kills him. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, thank you. Oh my god, how did you know? Thank you for that comm. Your comms are so good. How are you this aware? And if it starts
Yeah.
there, that's where it starts, where they gain the respect to listen to you all the time. And then I'm at a level where my calls are, they don't win me the round 70-80% of the time, but on attack, when I make a call, it gets my team on site for free or least
Yeah.
resistance, one guy 70-80% of the time. And isn't that a value? Wouldn't you listen to me
Yep.
if I could get you on? You're on my team. I could get you on the site for free majority of the time. Yeah, you would. You'd probably
Yeah.
keep asking me what to do, and that's what happens with me. A lot of my friends that are Immortal 2, Immortal 3 tell me, yo, make a call, because they know I know best. But obviously, you're not there yet. You will. You can. That's the
I do
beauty of
get
it.
that happening in
Yeah,
games with randoms and stuff as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I wish you got to see any other game than that
No,
one, but
and bro,
yeah, it happens. Yeah.
it's fine. I'm not judging you at all. I'm here to
Yeah.
help you, right? So you shouldn't even be saying that like, oh, this is that one game. I don't care. Okay, you've shown it means that it happens more than once. That's
Yeah.
what I know. It's basic human psychology. If you've done it, especially if it's bad, you're gonna likely do it again. And so that's what we're gonna work on today, which is wrinkling out all these defects in your game that can add value 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% edge, and we add up all these 5%, 2% edges everywhere in your game. Utility usage, movement, calling. Oh, bro, then you become a beast. No, don't you gain 50% edge overall then if we add up 2%, 5% here, and that's what
Yeah.
we need to focus on. So, and I'm not judging. I'm not saying you never do it. It's just I want it elite. I want my
Yeah.
standard
Yeah.
is they need to listen to you through your leadership skills, your ability to show them how good you are, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on.
Every game,
Yeah,
regardless of
yeah,
whatever
and
numbers I
and
have on my team. Yeah.
sure, yeah, and I'll be honest. Another tip I'll give you briefly before we move on is there'll be a lot of games. I know you experience this where they don't listen. Sorry, they don't talk you're like talking, calling, and everybody's mute. People like, what the fuck, right? When that's the
Yeah.
case, a lot of people. This is the biggest argument I get at that moment. They're like, "Well, they don't talk. I'm not gonna talk." And I tell them,
Nah, I hate that. I'll talk
I
anyway.
don't give a fuck. They will listen to you. To me,
Yeah.
on a psychological level, when they're not talking, means they're looking for somebody to follow. Does that make sense? If
Yeah.
somebody guy's
Yeah.
yapping as well, that guy probably wants people to listen to him, right? So, but when people are not talking, they're looking for a captain. They're looking for a leader. So when that's the case, because this is the opposite, they were kind of like hearing you, but they weren't listening. But where there's
Yeah.
cases where they don't listen, then you keep talking. You're the fucking captain. Nobody can change that position from you, and you keep calling, make mistakes, learn, get better, etc., etc. Okay, let's move on. The
Yeah.
next thing is will calm when they are not in. I thought this was pretty good. This is a high level communication that even some immortals in NA and EU don't do. Okay, and it happened
Mhm.
on. I'm trying to remember where it happened on. My memory's kind of short right now, but I think it was
C, I think,
C.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
yeah,
you're here, right, on the bend, and you
top of the team was
ulted
stuff
them.
rotating.
Remember that round? You ulted them here,
Yeah.
and you pinged
My
three,
ult is ready.
and then it was smoked off, and then you said, "Guys, they're not in." You understood that they're not in. And this matters because if you don't tell them this information, so this is a little bit of a pro note, like a
We
pro,
just give up the map. Yeah.
it's just that not only do we give up the map, it's our team is not on the same page. They don't know whether to rotate to you or to anchor and stay put for the rotate. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why it matters to me. It's a synergy building thing, a team edge thing, where you're
Yeah.
such a good caller, IGLer, communicator, leader, where you can just say things, they'll trust you, and they don't need to look at the menu app. For example, you're over there
Yeah.
calling, yo, they're not in, and this guy's B. He doesn't. I'm putting my hand over my minimap. He doesn't even need to look at the minimap and just understand. Okay, okay, okay. I believe you. I believe you. Okay, I'm gonna anchor. Maybe guys, go away, go away, go away. You understand how that edge works
Mhm.
there, right? We're ready.
Yeah.
We're being proactive as well, right? And there's edge, there's synergy. They'll listen to you. There's respect, there's trust. We can go on all day about why this small detail matters. But I thought that was good. Keep that up.
Cool.
And this is something
Yeah.
I say all the time to my students is you can look at it in this way because there'll be different scenarios with this type of information, but it's call what you see. If you are here on
Yeah.
attack, coming up to here, and you don't see anything, call it, yo, I don't see anything B. You would be surprised how big this type of information, even though it's for you on the micro level, it's you, right? You don't see anything. They
Yeah.
can process this information. People can be
Yeah.
that aware. People can use it. So understand that. Always call what you see. You can even always call what you cleared when you guys are as a team, 5-man contacting up A, and you guys smoke stairs. You come up there. Yo, I cleared rubble, and then you're here, and then 3 of your teammates are here. Are they ever gonna worry or have an ounce that somebody's gonna shoot them in the back of the head when you call that and they're not aware of their minimap? No, they're
No.
gonna understand that and start clearing everything else. And they're like, "Yo, I cleared breakable." Then you're like, "Okay, I don't need to die. I can't die from here because he cleared. Now I can go tree or I can move up, progress." You see how it works like that? So I thought this was good. Build upon
Mhm.
it where it's elite. Okay, it's good. I want it fucking elite consistently all the time. Okay. Any
Yeah.
questions with this? Nope. It's a pro
No.
note. Pretty good. I thought this was a good takeaway. That a lot of people don't. You'd be surprised how many people don't call that they're not in or not out. And that information at an immortal level or higher, radiant level higher, can make or break your ability to, your team's ability to process that information and get ahead. It's
Yeah.
milliseconds. This shit matters. So that's why I thought that was really good. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is calling his recon abilities. Cooldown. Again, this is another high level thing where you are calling what is the cooldown to your ability, and this is something I actually teach majority of the time to my smokes players, where I tell them, yo, tell them you have smoke in 5, it matters, we're on
Yeah.
attack and you got smoke in 5 and this guy just playing with his cock. Doop, doo, 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 doo. I'm like, bro, tell them you have smoke so this guy doesn't just fucking
Then your
stand out
listeners, they
here.
can play off stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
or just run down like a moron because he thinks there's no smoke and he has to be aggressive. People are, everyone has different
Yeah.
thought processes, but by you saying, yo, there's a smoke in 5, this guy's like, oh, there's a smoke coming up. I just have to sit and wait. Okay, and then he smokes out. I can reposition myself, right? And so
Mhm.
that's kind of the same concept with this recon, which is like, yo, I got I in 5, I in 5, I in 3, I in 3 on the retake, on the retake, on the attack, on the entry, on the entry. And this is really high level. So this is good. Build upon it. Keep being on top of this, okay, and being like really accurate. Where again, your team's gonna process that, and maybe there'll be calls going both ways. Like they'll tell you to wait, okay, wait out the eye, wait for the eye to come up, and then we'll go. When you guys are about to go, but you call that information, right? Because it'll help you. They're not gonna go in with no
Yeah.
recon, so that's where we're gonna get like the 1%, 2% team edge that will help you in the long term, and that's what we gotta focus on is optimizing ourselves for the long term, not the short term, but so we're consistently a elite player, not once in a while here and there, some rounds, all the fucking time. That's how you have to think now. Okay, so that was good. Let's move on.
Yep.
So, and that's why I kind of said that your comms are pretty good. It's above average for sure. Because these things, I never write these notes. They're very rare. Okay, and these are things I do myself, where I call that they're not in. They've left. Okay, it's quiet. Okay, my smoke's up in here. My dart, my recon, whatever it is. So that's a very high level way of speaking. The next note needs to IGL better on defense. Show him the steps. So you know how I told you how to
Yep.
get them to listen to your calls and stuff. Now
Yep.
let's assume teammates are listening to us. Now, okay, we need to understand the in and outs a little bit more. And I put this note as well in game sense as well because obviously it's not just a communication problem. It's a thinking problem. It's a brain problem. So it goes in both categories. But
Mhm.
how you have to look at making calls or IGLing, I should say. It's actually IGLing. A lot of people think it's just calling. It's a lot of leadership involved. You
Yep.
managing them, right? And we're assuming they listen. So you making sure that you are accounting for where they are by being mini map aware, and then putting them in the right positions on a macro level. Okay, and then on
Mhm.
top of that, the calls come into play, where uh, a lot of stuff come into play. But uh, how you have to look at it is read, okay, understand how the enemies look at a whole, what they're doing as a whole, and then how 5 individual enemies are also playing. Okay, and this is something I've talked about. I can send you a video if I explain it bad right now, which is called tendencies and frequencies. Do you know what tendencies and frequencies mean?
Yeah.
What is
Like
tendencies?
if the enemy duelist is like always peeking main, or if they
Sure.
have like
Yeah.
a raise fade duo that's always like
Good.
sending the nade.
Yeah. Or maybe like
Yeah.
could this be
And you can like exploit it. Like we knew that the deadlock
yeah.
kept fighting Mound.
Could this be a tendency too, where Cypher always lurks up here 5 out of 5 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
likes to lurk. So you gotta label not one enemy. You have to be able to label all
Every single one.
all five. Okay,
Yeah.
then not only all five. Okay, yo, the ciphers, or like you said, Jet Reyna are always A when they default, and then it's always a Clove mid and Cipher and somebody else over there. Always or
Yeah.
majority of the time. Okay, that's the tendency. That's what they like to do. How they do it. Okay. What is also really important is the whole. Wait, guys, they're running it down on us. Guys, they're defaulting a lot. Guys, they're running
Yeah.
fakes a lot, right? And on top of that, not just knowing what they like to do, how to do it on a team level as a unit, the overall play style as their team, and then the individuals. It's really important to understand the frequency because imagine if this guy just lurked one time. He's like, he's a lurker, and he did it one time,
Yeah.
right? It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. And I think you're old enough for you to understand this. I think a lot of the younger guys, like I asked them what's tendency frequency, they don't understand. They don't know. They're just like brain dead. Like and this is
Yeah.
it comes from math, right? Probabilities,
Yeah.
tendencies, understanding. Okay, they like to do this. What are the chances? I saw it 3 out of 4 times. That's 75%. That's a big chunk. He's gonna do this a lot, right? And then you can
Yeah.
also put it in fractions where it's like 1 every half, 5 out of 12 rounds, 7 out of 12 rounds. It's the majority, or it's 9 out of 12. And you can even put it in words all the time, permanently. Sometimes, he never does it. It's very unlikely, likely, possible, not possible, here and there. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So you can also put into word terms like that as well. But that's where IGLing starts. If you
I'm
cannot,
a heavy lurk player on Sentinel, so
sure,
like the
sure.
main way I get value is
Yeah.
by exploiting those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I am too. When I started this game, I started as Cypher main. So if you also are seeing a heavy Sentinel player, you understand. what it takes to
Yeah.
lurk. And you don't just fucking start walking up somewhere with your knife out. You need to understand what their setup is, how they play, and what they're seeing in terms of my team's contact, so I can find a timing, an opening, a weakness, a weak side in their defensive line where I can get behind enemy lines. You understand that, right? So,
Mhm.
with you understanding that, you need to understand that. And I will be even harder on you then if you understand that, because I'm not hard on
Yep.
those that don't get it, because it's the first time learning it. But by you understanding, you need to be like, this skill of understanding the enemy as a whole and the 5 individuals' tendencies and frequencies. This skill needs to be like 11 out of 10. Any game, any round you play, you need to know what they've done, what you've seen, what they like to do. You need to know in the minds of them. Does that make sense? Who they are,
Yep.
how they think. Okay? And when we do that, like you said, and this is a word I've never heard from a student, which you understand because I think you're older, is called exploiting them. We can
Yeah.
exploit them. This is a key word in poker. Exploitative poker, where you can manipulate them to do what you want them to off you knowing who they are as a person or what they
Yeah.
like to do. Frequency. I don't know if you play poker. That's pretty much a big skill where it comes from. But yeah, so great. I'm really glad you used that word. That's a very advanced understanding of the human mind and how we can set traps and plays, and we can put it in Valorant terms where we can find solutions to stomp them. If this guy's a fucking lurker 5 out of 5 times so far, it's 5-0. We know how to play. And how would we play? It's super simple. We'd set a trap. We'd have 2 people holding this guy here, or maybe one
Yeah.
person. If one person's not enough, well, maybe and he's shitting on 3 people. We'll put the whole fucking team here if that's what it takes, because we
Yeah.
understand that that'll be a high percentage play to kill him because of his tendencies and frequency. So that's where it starts. I'm glad you understand that. So understand the read. Okay, yo, they're super aggressive. This guy's here. This guy's here. Boom, boom, boom. Then you start thinking about this logically. Wait, they're running it down on A. Maybe I should ask you, okay, if they are running it down a lot, 4 out of 6 times on A, what should your call be?
I mean, stack it, but it depends on the
Sure.
comp.
Let's move away from stack it. Just think a little bit more, general. We don't have to be too specific. If you don't
Yeah, I
know,
mean,
it's
if
fine.
we've got good utility to fight it
Yeah.
better than they can, then I'd fight it.
Sure.
We had the Sage, so she was walling, and then
Right.
we pushed from behind because
Yeah.
they never had someone watching flank.
I would like you to say it like this. Guys, they're running it down on us a lot on A. Sage, come over here. We're going to put this, or the Sentinel. The Sentinel's going to come A, and we're fast rotating. Start booking it off first contact. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they're going to contact here, and then, there's going to be 1B, 1C. We're not going to leave them there anchored. We're going to tell them to come when they've ran it down on us 5 times and aggressively. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'll give you another scenario. Guy, their standard playstyle is defaulting. They've defaulted fucking 7 out of 9 times. What would you
Yeah,
call?
stop
How would you call
rotating.
it? Right, but what would be more specific here? Because it's important. I want to see if you can get it. I'll tell you. Okay, I would say
push space like as
Sure,
3 is what I
sure.
would normally do
Yeah,
against
like a
that.
3-man
Yeah.
push when they're default. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also an option. I think that's a very high level option. Okay,
If they're like 2-on-2
that's a
default,
very
then you fight
team.
3v2.
Yeah, it's like a scrim premier type play, pro VCT play. That's what they do when there's heavy default. What you could also call, which is very generic, because how at your level they're not gonna be comfortable to do this 3-man play because they're noobs. Like, they're not good. They've probably never seen it. They don't understand it.
Yeah.
So what you can do is just be like, guys, they're defaulting, waiting for us to walk down. Stop walking down. We're also gonna default on defense. We're gonna play it slow too, patiently
just play
waiting for
super.
them and not die. Because if we
Yeah.
die, they're going to group up. It's 5v4, and they're going to try to use information they gained while they're defaulted to hit somewhere that they believe is the weak side. Or they may even manipulate us through the information after they got a kill and start making us lean somewhere by faking A, and then they end up going C. Like, that's a more advanced default type play. Right? You won't see that too much in rank, but that's more VCT style type play. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how I would like you to make your calls. I don't want it like on defense, and we're focusing on defense, right? I don't want it like
Yep.
that. What you said, like, well, like we can kind of. You need to have the answer immediately. Okay,
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are
yeah.
running fakes a lot. Anchor. Okay, don't fully rotate off, guys. Like it needs to be like you need to have a solution like that, and we'll go through that near the game sense part when I ask you what are the attacking concepts, and we get through that and stuff like that. Okay, so that's where it
Yep.
starts. Make the read. Oh, sorry, that's where it goes. Make the read with tendencies and frequencies. Make the call, like I told you, and we're thinking defense right now. Don't worry, we're gonna work on the attack side. Think
Yep.
about the call. Okay, okay, for whatever they're doing because you understand what they're doing as a whole, and then you could get more advanced by understanding them on a individual level too, right? How they use utility, who is where usually, who comes in first, stuff like that. Where the smokes go,
Hmm.
and then it becomes on defense. It's less planning because it's kind of combined, right? You don't need to be as organized because it's more flowy. You just need to generally know
Yep.
what they like to do. Then you make a call and that's it. Like your general adjustment to that play style, if it's fast or slow. Attack's
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
different, but then you need to make sure it gets executed. So it's more of a three-step process on defense. On attack is a four-step process because it's more coordination involved, organization. You need to gather
Yep.
information, stuff like that. So that's how you need to look at it on defense. Okay. Um, we can briefly go through attack. Attack. Okay. Same thing. Identify how they play as guys. They're fast rotating. They never fast rotate. That's the whole, right? Okay. You need to
Yep.
track and store this. You can't think about it one time. You need to start of pistol round. You need to start tracking this. How they're rotating.
Yeah.
What's the speed and what's their setup. Okay, that's the individual level. Who is where? How many is where and who. So guys, yo, they're
Yep.
fast rotating a lot. I've realized, and it's a Cipher C, Cloves B, and they 3-man A, or it's a 2C like in your game they play 2C a lot. 2C, 1B, 2A, and then it's Deadlock and Reyna here, and this guy here, and this guy here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the first step. Make the read, track that, store that, so you can use it later. Okay, understand them as a
Yep.
whole and individuals. Then you make the call. Okay, guys, it's 2C, 1B, 1A. Let's just 5-man rush A. Let's go A. You can even start like that.
Yeah.
Let's go A. That's the call, right? Then you start developing the plan. Guys, we're gonna go A. I want the smoke to go stairs. We're gonna swing out wide, put a fucking fade eye here, whatever. We're just kind of theory crafting right now, making a simple example. Okay,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we're gonna go 2 tree, 3 main, 4 tree, 1 main, 5 main, nobody going tree, whatever. You see how that's the plan, right? And then
Yeah.
the fourth step on attack is to make sure it's getting executed, as in guys, they're a fast rotating type team. Their setup is 2-1-2, Deadlock Reyna on C, Clovis B, and then it's a Jet whatever KO on A. Okay, we're going to go A, and it's gonna be a split. Okay, 3 tree, 2 main. Okay, and then once you are in the mid round, the round has started. You guys got up to here. This is clear. They threw down all the utility that you called for. You need to make sure when you look at the minimap, they are in the position that you told them to be, which was 3 tree 2 main.
Yeah.
And this is something you specifically will go through a lot because of your elo. They're fucking brain dead. You tell them specifically where
Yeah.
to go, and you're gonna see 4 people going main. And you gotta catch them not here, but you gotta catch them when they're moving
Back
from
there.
here. You gotta be like, yo, hey, retard, go over there. I told you to go over there. And they're just gonna go back like
Yeah.
this. Okay, and I'm not saying be bossy or toxic. I'm just being over exaggerated right now
Yeah.
because I'm passionate when I talk about this stuff because it's how I play and it really makes me win. It helps me
I mean, that
win.
game we weren't even getting to the mid round.
Sure,
I was
sure.
so tunnel visioned on
Right,
just
right.
trying to win one fight.
And this and I'm focusing more for future reference
For general, yeah.
with this note. It's not I'm not saying this because it was happening in your last game. I'm giving you a
Yeah.
tool where you can use for future reference where you're gonna
to think about.
absolutely fucking shit on these noobs because you made the correct read, as in knowing what the rotational speed is, who plays where, what is strong and what is weak by processing that information, right? Because if we say, yo, it's a cipher and a breach, how strong is he? It's fucking strong. No? Oh, and then it's a jet rain on A. Like A is super weak. It's 2 duelists. What utility do they have to stop us besides shooting us in the head? Nothing, right?
Mhm.
Besides dash and flash, logically. And so that's what you'll get off reading them individually, their setup, understanding them as a whole as well, how they're moving. You make the call, what you believe is the best choice to go, where to go. Okay, and I can give you a different example. But anyways, where to go, and then you make the plan, a specific, detailed plan. I gotta emphasize that. And then you make sure they are in the positions you fucking mapped out the plan to be. And then there's a hidden aspect to where you're gonna make audibles sometimes. You know, you make the all those 4 steps. You get up here, you realize there's 5A. We're not sticking to the plan. We're going B. You're gonna leave,
Yeah.
right? So you need to have that in the back of your mind too, where you got to be able to audible, call an audible, or pivot away from this and do it within milliseconds again, off information on what's going on in the mid round, and then make the best call possible to help win the round at the highest percentage.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope this information will help you, and it will. Trust me, as long as you're thinking good IGL, which I believe you are, it will
Mhm.
really change the way you play this game. Okay, so do you have any
Yeah.
questions or anything like that, or you don't understand? You need to tell me if you don't understand.
No, I got it.
Good. I just say that because some students they tell me yeah, 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 and they don't do it. They don't understand. They just tell me yeah, yeah. It's like, bro,
Yes.
what the fuck we doing here, right? So
No,
why
I'm
am I
with
getting
you.
so passionate? So that's that. Okay. Let's move on then. Okay. The next note, round 13. So it's a little bit more specific. As soon as he
Okay.
identified, this is pistol round. As soon as he
Pistol round, yeah,
identified
on attack.
that there's 2C, 1B. Okay, what do you think you should have done here? Instead of coming here and died to the deadlock. Remember you died to the deadlock right here?
Yeah.
What do
Um.
you think was the call, and what did you see on the mini map? Maybe we should start there. What did you see in this moment in time when you saw 2C? One was here
There.
and one was mound. You
There.
called the mound guy and then you saw this guy,
There.
so you're like 2.
Yeah.
What did you see your teammates on a
And then
macro
I
level?
knew that the fade had got. My team was still in link. I probably should have asked them more
Link
aggressively to
where?
turn around and
Link
fight
where?
with me. Lobby, sorry, a lobby.
Yep. That's what I'm looking. They weren't link. They were here.
My Reyna was AFK. I honestly was thinking I could bait the Reyna, but I just
Sure.
whiffed
You,
the
you don't need to
fight.
get, you don't need to get too specific. All I want is the general positioning of your team. You were here.
Yeah.
You called one mound, one C. Yo, there's 2, and you started running off. Right? Is that correct?
Yep.
And then you came here,
Yep.
and then you said 1B, so you know where 3 are. And
Yeah, it's only 2A.
when I looked at the mini map in this moment in time, you had
They all turned
4
around.
idiots walking here like this. Okay, and I will
Yeah.
break this round down. If you know there's 2C, 1 mid, how many are in A?
2.
2. And it's us
They didn't
taking.
even have utility to keep them
Sure,
off. Like there
good.
was
And
no mollies when
you
they
could
or anything.
also use that information too off the people you saw. Like if it was like a deadlock and a fade, and the smokes is mid, and then you look at the agents, and you see that it's fucking 2 duelists. They have no utilities. How information works like that. But in
Just run
this
them down,
moment,
yeah.
in time, would we not want to take a 4v2?
Yeah.
Doesn't it make sense? Even if we trade out evenly, what happens here? Whatever, even if it's here or
Then
here,
free
doesn't
on
matter.
site for post plant with
Good.
the spike
That's what I'm
down,
looking
yeah.
for. It's a free site. Why? And I'm not asking you these questions because I think you're dumb. It's just to open up your mind. Why is it free? So simple. Giving you the
Because of
answer already.
math.
Because of what?
Because of math, like I got the information
Right.
that there's
Yeah.
only 2 on
And
the
what?
site.
Yes. And simple deduction. There's 5 fucking enemy teams, and you know where 3 are. 2 here, 1 here. And if we trade out
Yeah.
evenly here, it's a 3v3, and we have full sight. Right? Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to really say though, I'm breaking it down for you so you can see it on a game sense, IGL, high level. But what you should have
Yeah.
said, what should you have said here in this moment in time with this information, this crucial information you've collected, which is more than half the team's enemy positioning.
Just yell at them to push, yeah.
Get the fucking A. Run.
Yeah.
Go. Get it
I would
going.
normally. I know I'm trying to defend myself here, but I would normally do that.
Right. And I don't care. I'll be honest.
But
I don't care
it's the fucking
because
Reyna AFK.
and I'm not saying that you can't defend yourself, or I'm saying you're wrong, but it's just that you didn't do it.
Yeah.
You didn't do
Yeah,
it.
I know.
That's the key. And if you're not gonna do it in this moment in time where this information is so fucking easy to play off of, this is super easy with this information. 2C, 1B, get the fuck it. It should have been millisecond automatic you yelling at them to run it down A. But if you didn't do it, shows not that you're dumb, or you can't IGL, but that you'll make this mistake again. And
Except, so
yeah.
can I? Um, so in this specific situation,
Mm-hmm.
where I've got AFK Reina,
Sure.
and I've got 3 on in a lobby,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen the deadlock is solo running at me from Mount.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the better play is to get them to turn around in lobby and
Yeah.
fight with
Yeah.
me because they're down a duelist, so it's ISO solo pushing
Yeah.
with Clove and Stage,
And my
and
yeah. Go ahead.
Reina's
Okay.
AFK, so
But
they are,
my
and it's only 3v2.
yeah, yeah. My point isn't that that was a better play or not. My point is that you have no leadership skill to
I didn't do anything.
at least process the information. Yeah, in hindsight, you are correct.
Yeah,
That could have
yeah,
been a better play to just come here and I'm gonna be honest. You should have killed this guy by yourself. You probably don't even need these guys
yeah,
because
yeah,
if I
yeah.
asked you the question, does he know you're here? Does he know you are here? What would you say? It's a
He
definite.
shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a definite like 90% no. Like he shouldn't. But you kind
Yeah,
of fumbled the fight. That's probably why you're on a bad angle and you just whiffed on him. The aim part, mechanical part, didn't come through. That's it. And so my point isn't that saying that this is the absolute play. That's not what I'm saying here, and that's not what I'm
yeah.
saying. This is not the textbook thing. But to me, well, actually, to me, with this
I just didn't do
information, it
anything.
is like yeah, and that's the problem. It's like you're not processing the information where it turns into an execution of what you've thought
Yeah,
makes sense logically. Obviously, there
yeah,
are times these 4 guys take this 4v2 and lose. Okay, we can be like, we can look at it that way, both
yeah, yeah. No,
perspectives
no,
too. We're
that's
not
I'm
looking
not.
at this is the definitive answer, but the problem is you didn't process and applied what you know for the team to win. Because who is that on?
Me.
You, because you are the IGL solely. That's it, right? It's
Yeah.
nobody else's responsibility, and that's. I'll be really honest with you. I'm gonna send you a couple TikTok clips I posted about IGLing that blew up. They got like 50K shit, those type of views, where we're
Mhm.
literally talking about, and I think that's why a lot of people watch it because it makes sense. People don't IGL because there's absolutely so
Scared to
much
make mistakes.
exactly, there's so much
Yeah,
burden, so much accountability and responsibility tied with this. And all I'm
yeah,
saying as well in this round, it's a learning moment. You needed to,
yeah,
the problem is that you needed to identify, which you did really well. Okay, you were aware, but you need to process this information where it translate into us at least getting on site for free or winning the round outright. Does that make sense?
yeah,
So you need to take accountability here, not because you're bad or I think you're terrible, but because you want to develop your skills to be elite. No? I know you
yeah,
do. You don't even need to answer. That could be rhetorical. I know you do. A lot of students do. And so you need to think this way, where you in this moment in time. And I love that you're being hindsight. That's you processing the mistake and be like, wait, this could have been good too. I agree. You could have told me,
yeah.
yo, come back. Let's kill this guy, and then we go see, right?
I low key think I had mental doubt of the game at that point with
Sure, but
because
that
I think normally I am making that call.
and I don't want
Like
to
I don't
hear
know
that
why I
though.
just
I
didn't say
don't want to
anything.
hear you
Yeah,
saying I normally do. I normally do. This is the one out of the billion. I don't want to hear that because when somebody does that, is shying. I'm not saying they're not taking any accountability, but they're shying away from it. They're looking for something else to kind of blame and look for. Okay, just
yeah,
take full accountability. I fucked up. I should have told them to. This is how you should be thinking. Okay, with the information at hand, I should have just told them to go. If they probably would have had it. I killed this deadlock. If I killed this deadlock, I probably could have came back. We could have came back too. Maybe we could have slowed it down further if the clock there was enough time. There's 50 seconds left.
yeah. You're right.
Right? That's all. That's it. You made the mistake. Understand what the mistake is. Process what could have been better. What you did wrong. What could have this that boom. Okay, maybe this, and then you apply it for next time. That's it. I don't want to hear,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I don't care. And I'm not saying that because I don't care about you. I'm just saying that because that's one way where it's
that's not how you
easier.
get better.
Yeah, that's one way you're not gonna get better. It's easier to shy away from learning and then you applying that knowledge that you gained in this experience in time. This is experience. That's how you have to look at it. It's like money. It's getting paid for your brain. This is why game sense is so hard to develop, because people cannot take accountability, be critical, assess what went wrong, what went right, what could have been better, how I can never feel like this ever again. I know it's tough.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been through this process. I still am going through this process all the time when I IGL. I don't just think I'm the best IGL in the world and just don't take accountability. Every time I make a call when I play lately, and I don't play often, I say, "Yo, that's my fault, guys. Bad read. Fuck.
Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
kill
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
guy." That's how I think, because it makes me better. I don't care about my teammates to that degree. I care about me, my brain, my game sense. So that's that. Okay. So any questions with this? And then again,
No.
you can go back to the VOD, and if you this is like pickling your brain or whatever, and I don't think it is. I think you understand. So you can always go back to it. Okay, so let's move on. We're getting kind of caught up here real quick. But we'll skip this part when we're in the game sets because we kind of went through it already. Okay, so the next last
Yep.
note with comms is that execution part is bad on attack. So again, your read is decent, 6 out of 10. Okay, the
Hmm.
call is like 6 out of 10. Planning is kind of bad. I want the planning to be a little bit higher. Okay,
Mm.
but there's no execution. You made a read on how they play as a whole. There's rotational speed. Okay, are they aggressively running it down on us, taking space? Are they passive? Okay, and then okay, it's a deadlock here, and then a 1B and the 3A, or it's a 2-1-2 setup, whatever. Okay, and then you make a decent plan. You call it, guys. This is what we're gonna do. Doom, 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 and it doesn't work. And in
Hmm.
this game specifically, why do you think that was the case? Very simple. A lot involved. A lot
People just didn't
involved.
know when to go.
Sure, but whose fault is that?
Yeah, mine.
Right, and that's what I'm looking for. Is that
That's what I mean. Like I gave them no
yeah,
indication of
yeah,
like.
and that's how you should put it. I didn't manage them well enough. I
Yeah.
didn't put them in the spot for them to do what I told them to, or maybe I didn't make the plan good enough where they thought it would work. You didn't
Yeah.
rationalize with them, etc., etc., etc. We can theorycraft all day. Obviously, everybody's different, whatever situationally, but that's what I'm looking at. Is that like it takes leadership. Again, it goes back to that first note where it's like you gotta fucking deem yourself the captain. Rationalize. Maybe even lie to them in the beginning if you don't know if they're gonna say, guys, this is gonna work, this is gonna work. Do we know it's gonna work? Not really. Especially when you're
Yeah.
early on in the IGL days. Even me, I used to just call bullshit. I didn't know it was gonna work or not. I didn't even know how they were playing, and I would just call, guys, let's run a fake. And then people be like, nah, it's not gonna make sense because they understood better. But I still be like, no, 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 trust me, it's gonna work. And it still didn't work. And I learned off those moments. I grew. So you gotta do that if they don't listen. If they listen, it's super simple, guys. The best thing I can tell you is to rationalize. Guys, they're fast rotating off first contact. Let's run a fake. Let's put two
Yep.
people C, me and the Jet, the Fade. I'll eye over here, okay, and I'll
find
dog
you.
down Jet. You make a bunch of fucking noise on Mound, okay? And then we're gonna have 3 guys walking up. Because they fast rotate off first contact and they're playing 2C. So what does that mean logically? 2C, the B guy starts leaning and maybe one more will leave on A. There's a solo anchor on A. And the 3
Yeah.
guys are walking up ready for a 3v1. And then if we theorycraft, maybe this guy peeks and we just kill this guy, we have free sight. And we start running back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Wouldn't you not listen to that call if I said it to you like that? So
Yeah.
that's how you have to kind of start calling. So that way your executions work. So, and that's why I said your planning was a little bit bad. You just
Okay.
rationalize with them. Because I think you're able to read quite well and understand off that read where to go generally, and I still want that call part to be better. You will through experience, but the planning part is most crucial because there's been so many games I've seen subjectively from Radiant streams, my games where I've made the perfect I've pinpointed exactly how they play to the T. And I make a call, guys, we're going here. And my planning is bad and they don't want to listen because it doesn't make sense to them.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? So you gotta make sure that planning part is really, really solid, and you can't take forever. If you're making this plan for 20 seconds before the round, they're never gonna listen to you. It needs to be instant, guys. They're fast rotating. 2 on C. Let's start C. 2 people, me, Jet, and then we're gonna have a 3-man walk up. Boom, finished. And then you make sure they are in the position to execute. If you told them 3 here and one guy starts going mid, you need to be over here because you're the initiator faking, right? And you tell them, hey, moron, go back. I told you 3A lobby, walk up, go with your team. There'll be times they don't listen to you. That's like 2 out of 10. 1 out of 10. It's very rare I've experienced that when I've made a good ass fucking plan and they're not executing that plan. It's very rare, very rare. Majority of the time when I yell at them, this guy gets caught with his pants down. He's like, "Oh fuck!" He's looking at me and he goes back. Okay, trust me, that's a majority. So I hope this makes sense. This is how we're gonna make you an elite IGL, or you help win games, rounds, or at least get them on site at a 70-80% of getting the free site or least resistance, 4v2s, 3v1s, 4-0, absolutely free, whatever. There we go. Does that make
Yep.
sense? So
Yeah.
I would like you to really take this information at heart, and that's why we're breaking it down like this, because you're an IGL. This is the stuff you need to
Mhm.
focus on. All right, so that's that. Aim. Let's move on, okay? Aim. Okay, we're gonna talk
Yep.
about this at the end. Not many notes. I wrote cannot instantly delete. You did that one round where you killed 2 people, and then the next
Yeah.
note
Yeah.
is body shot demon. You're shooting them in the body too much. Okay, and then I put this in the movement positioning part. I should probably wrote it here too, which was you're a fucking crouch fighter. Always insta crouching,
Yeah.
crouching, and there's nothing wrong with this. Look at Primi. He does it. He's one of the best in APAC that does it. Okay, I'm also
Yeah.
that style where I like to add a lot of crouching. But what I would like you to do and recommend is you save this for when you're at Immortal Plus. Because if I were to
Yeah.
ask you, okay, at your elo, diamond, mid diamond, low diamond, okay, plat lobby, okay, where are the crosshairs going to be perfect every time?
No.
No. Where will it be majority of the time? Do you know? There's an answer.
Like neck, high chest
Good.
level.
I'm glad you can be aware. I don't think I've ever had somebody answer this question correctly. Neck level. This is head level, right?
Yeah.
This is about head level, right? And if they're
Yeah.
here and you crouch on them, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. Straight into the headshot.
Straight instantly deleted for them. You are going to play into their crosshair, and so that's why I'm gonna recommend you don't do this. You practice your dead zoning, learning how to shoot standing up. You can even take your crouch, unbind your crouch. That's what I did when I first learned the skill, to learning how to fight
Yeah.
standing up. Okay, until you are like ascended 3 plus minimum. I would even say like a mortal plus minimum, where their crosshair
Mhm.
placements are really solid 90% of the time on the head. And when you crouch fight them, okay, they have to adjust back down. Even if it's a small adjustment, that milliseconds can get you to win the fight because you'll instantly kill them at that level when you start developing your aim at the higher levels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'd like to say in terms of the way you fight. But aim, we already talked about this. I'll just briefly say it. My expectation is instant deletions. Every single fucking kill.
Yep.
Okay, when you see the fucking kill feed, the after the fight kill feed where it shows where you shot them at and how you killed them
Just
or how they
heads.
killed you, I need to see one bullet on the head. That's it. Okay?
Yep.
Every time. And if you go to all my socials, there's this quote there that says, headshots give me dopamine. You need to think like that. I need
Yeah.
the head. You need to be like a crack addict. Headshots only. If it's not a headshot, it's not a. That's how I used to think. If it's not a headshot, it's not a fucking kill. I'm gonna be upset. That's how I
Yeah.
was when my headshot percentage was 10%, because I wanted to start instantly deleting them. And as you think like this, applying it, doing it, it becomes 9 out of 10 time headshot. You don't even think about this anymore. It just auto fucking matic. Okay, so it starts
Yeah.
here though. This is where it starts because for you, your aim is the weakest thing. And I know
Mhm.
it's one game where I would really love to watch you play 1,000 games to get an accurate level of your shooting, but generally, from what I've seen, it needs a lot of work, and we'll touch on
Yeah.
that near the end. That's it. And bro, imagine your brain is already pretty good. You understand everything I've said so far, okay? And then you add a 10 out of 10 fucking aim, bro. You'll get to immortal so quick. You'll be
Yeah.
surprised. Okay, people, and it's just anyway. So that's that. So and then also you're a body shot demon. Okay, and I'll give you some resources in terms of in the range practicing how to not never really start body shot. And there's a time and place. right? There's gonna be some times where you need to body shot them. You know, it's chaotic.
Yeah.
You're using a phantom. You know, phantom's always a case to say, yeah, I can just fucking just, you know, 5-shot kill this guy, and that's it. Have really good spray control and kill him instantly, right? If you're not good at headshot, but still, even then with phantom, I'd still want instant deletions because that's what I do with phantom. But
Yeah.
so anyways, we'll talk more about this stuff at the end. And I wrote deleted 2 people on round 9, so that's what I want. That one round that you did in the game is my expectation of kills. Instant deletions. You gotta think and be that hard on yourself. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, utility usage. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. You got lineups on defense. Okay, you understand kind of. And I'd probably rate it like a 6.5. I won't say it's like really good, but it's pretty good. And
Yeah, my last roll on that map.
Sure. And what I want to say is that most students generally can't even use it. They can't expend it. They're not comfortable with being in their POV and then pulling this out. But you are.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's the first part you're in. Okay, now you got to start thinking about where can I get maximum value with my utility. That's how pros think at the highest level.
Yeah.
They don't just throw it
Where are
because
you?
those students that can't use it at all, some students don't even use a decay for fucking 12 rounds. And I tell them, bro, throw it in a fucking corner. Get used to just pulling it out and throwing it in a corner.
Yeah.
Throw it in the air. Then you start using it to kind of stall them. You kind of generally can use it pretty decently. Now you're in that level. Now you gotta start thinking maximum value. Where can I use this dog or the timing, understand the timing where I'm going to gain the most information. Ping 4 people, 3 people, not 1 guy. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to suck 5. I'm going to be so fucking patient, aware. I hear them. I know they're coming. I'm just going to be ready for this off this timing, feeling, intuition, experience. Okay? And then maximum. They're 3 stuck and then Nate comes and kills 3 people. Like in VCT. That's why you see that shit in VCT because they understand this. They understand the timings on when to throw them and understand that they're looking for the max value. And that's just
I mean, it's never because one team is bad. They're all pros. It's because one guy. Yeah.
It's just all about who can be more better with these type of things as a team or individually, if that makes sense. So we don't really need to touch on this too much because I think you're in that middle phase where it's pretty good at using it. You use it. I want it. And this is how you should look at it at this level, in this phase of the utility. Use all your utility before the round ends, especially if you bought them. If you bought your suck and your 2 dogs, make sure you've used both. Because there were some rounds where you had 1 dog left, like just use them. Right? You're going to buy them back. They're cheap as fuck. It's not a saving type thing unless your economy is really bad. Right? So
I think that's the sentinel in me, the expensive as fuck.
Right. Yeah. But again, flip the switch when you're an initiator. When you're on
just
duelist.
slam it. Yeah.
Fucking waste this shit to add some value, stall them, deter them, gain information. Does that make sense? Sentinel, different story. Yeah, okay, we're not gonna fucking just start mauling things and okay, maybe mollies we are, but you know, like what is something we need to save? Back then we used to have to save trips on Cypher, walls, right? Okay, different story. But even then, you can't even save walls anymore because they go away. So, but anyway, so. Like the vice wall, you can't save it. I don't think, can you? But
you can't pick up the vice wall, but like
once
deadlock
you
and
like
sage or
deadlock,
whatever.
and sage, right. But you get my point. So just expend it, and then once you get better at using it, stopping them, understanding the timing of getting a little bit more value, start thinking, how do I get maximum value? Okay, that's that.
Yeah.
Any questions with this note?
No.
So what I wrote is, would like him to use dog more. I think you used dog, but it was actually used less than your suck and your eye. These 2 were used most.
Yeah.
Use your dog more. Here. You don't want to jump peek or there's a lot, use it. Even in this area where you ulted them, you could have dogged double time, 2 times down, but I think you used 1 if I'm mistaken. But
I tried to save the second one for the end so I could see if they were running away, but I missed it went away.
Yeah, and that's fine. But you get my point. I'm not trying to be too specific. It's just for future reference where use it more on attack specifically too. Don't be too shy. Obviously in the beginning you're not gonna like some people will be struggling with how to use this to gain a lot of value and stuff. But Once you start using it and comfortable and getting better,
Bring
then
them
you start trying to
down.
get maximum value in finding somebody, and it's information that you guys start taking a side off that, comboing the dog with the eye.
Find
So
you.
this guy's running away from
Bring
this
them
dog,
down.
and then he gets I'm just running through it, but he gets pushed
Yeah.
back, and then this it catches him, and then everyone's he's fucking backside. He gets spammed through the mound, maybe he dies. You know what I'm saying? So you can combo it as well, but that's what I like you to do is expend your dog more. Don't shy away. Build upon
Yeah.
it, make mistakes, learn application. Okay, that's the process
That'll
of
get
getting.
better when I play more Fade on
Yeah,
Lotus as
that
well.
too, and that's the application on getting better in anything: communication, aim, utility uses, movement, positioning, game sense, mental game. Do it, make a mistake or good or it works out. Process that information on what you could do better next time, and just apply it. That's it. You can do that with
Yep.
life too. It's not just a gaming thing. Okay, so that's how I like you to look at it. All right, the next note, the last note I have in utility usage, it's a pro note. I wrote, and we talked about this, is you got lineups.
I'll find you.
Decent ones, general ones. This is where we get more elite. Find your own, develop your own, or find VCT ones that are like crazy good value, hard to kill,
Mhm.
gonna get a lot of pings, stuff like. I'll leave that up to you, right? Because I'm actually not
Yeah.
much of a
Yeah. Yeah.
Fade
Yeah.
player, so I wouldn't be able to teach you any lineup. But just
No, that's fine. I can learn that.
but you
That's
can
easy.
understand that, right? So you develop it.
Yeah.
This is your time to shine when you are learning these in VCT matches, finding them, getting in a custom game, throw around places, shit like that. I'll
Yeah.
leave that up to you to develop.
I don't know if you saw the agent select, but Initiator was my last role
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
hovered.
and that's fine.
Everyone just kept
And
taking my.
I'm not judging it, but still, you're a flex player, right? And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as a flex player, initiator role should be number one as a flex, and that's back then, 3 years ago. I don't know when
Okay.
you played, but in my early stages, episode 2 and 3, when I was Immortal Diamond, those days, Immortal 1, okay, leading
Yeah.
up to my peak, they actually used to call the initiator role flex, actually, back then. And then
Okay.
flex started changing into the definition where it means everybody. But actually,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
then, they used to, from what I remember, used to hear a lot of people call, yo, he's a flex player, and then he's playing like Sova, Fade, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
just understand that, like, to me, a flex, like, initiator should be like top 2 role to play. So Sentinel,
Okay.
initiator, duelist,
Alright.
not really.
I'll
So
practice more I'll
yeah,
practice more Initiator.
and
Otherwise, I
bro,
can't keep calling myself Flex.
initiator's fun because it's not solely about myself. It's about the team,
No, I love it.
right?
I'm a huge KO fan.
Sure, I'm a huge KO fan too. I spam KO too, right? Or like Breach. I'm a Sova KO player when I play Initiator.
Yep.
Right, like those agents are fun as fuck. I play some Fade, not much, but I'm more of a KO
Yeah.
Sova when I play Initiator, and they're more for the team. They become you set up the team, not yourself, right? So that's how you
Yeah.
have to look at it. And it goes with your role because you're an IGL. So you set up the team with the macro, with planning, reads, and the call, and what we should adjust, how we should adjust, and then you add the utility to it. If you get really good at this, bro, you're gonna be a player that can just add so much value. Your utility's so good, locking things down, gaining a lot of information, and then it helps you read, and then it helps you make a solution, and then it helps you stomp them. Right? You see how it adds
Mhm.
up, right? Because you have recon, right?
Where
You can
are
get
you?
information. Right? Even
Yeah.
though, so
Bring them
that's
down.
that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, these notes are gonna get a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna try to run through these a little bit that are not too crazy. So, any questions though before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. Movement positioning. So these ones, a couple of these next ones, they had round specifics. Okay, round 1.
Okay.
He's on A. He eyes for main. He calls they are coming up, but he is AFK out in the open in front of tree and dies. Let's process
Yeah.
this a little bit. You started here. I think you threw it here from what I remember.
Where
Over
are
there.
you?
On top of the pillar.
Yeah, like you chucked it up
find
here,
you.
right? Somewhere it was
Yeah.
going like rubble or back rubble or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, on
we
there.
We won't get
Pretty
too
much,
specific. It was good. I think that's a good placement. But the biggest problem I see here is what? What do you think is the problem? Try to process this round.
Well, we didn't play off the eye at all. Like we didn't
Sure. Yep. That's one.
use it to get a pick.
Yep.
Like that info is kind of useless if we're just gonna
Yep.
back up
Yep.
into A anyway.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I think I just got surprised at how fast they scaled up main.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
think in my head I was gonna like try to stall them a bit with utility, and like they were just there already, and I got the Reyna eye and
Yep. I'm gonna be honest. You saying you got
hands
caught
down.
off guard is a little bit like to me because did you know they were coming or no? Simple. Yes or
Yeah,
no? Yeah, you
yeah,
did.
that's
So you
stupid.
can't get caught off guard when you and there's map knowledge involved with this, okay? On A,
Yeah,
generally, how is A played? As an attacking side and defending side.
aggressive.
Okay, correct. The attacking side, they're fucking running down, trying to clear rubble, breakable, then they get control, then they can start slowing down. Right?
Yeah,
Defensively, generally, how is it played? We fight for it
I
because
would like to take rubble. Yeah,
yeah, because we understand that this space is crucial. There's too many options for the attacking team to do. They can fake
yeah,
A to go breakable. They can split three ways in A. They can go up the stairs and main and
yeah.
tree
You shut
split.
down 3 lanes just by
Right.
having one
Good.
person sitting behind
And I'm
rubble.
glad you can understand that. Okay. And so by you understanding that, you should never be caught off guard. By you
Yeah,
understanding this part of the map, they run it down. It's usually very aggressive when they take this space as an attacking team. I've eyed here, guys,
Where
and
are
you've
you?
called that. That's the most important. You knew. Different story if you didn't know. You knew, guys. They're coming. Hey, you see two guys here is automatically means they're running up at least minimum to here. No, minimum.
yeah,
Okay, and then whatever they do after that or decide to do, that's up to them. I don't know. We're theory crafting, but generally even cross region, they're fucking coming up to here. So you need to be ready for that, understand that, and have a better positioning. Come here. Gain some protection. Have a layer of protection is what I should say. You're out here
yeah.
with your pants down. Doop, doo, 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 doo. Three people swinging and you die. Right?
Was
And
someone coming through tree in that round when I?
they were, but you're out here like as the door was open. From what I remember, my memory's a little bit shot right now because I'm late. It's late, but it was opening and you came out here and you died. But
Yeah, yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
before that, the key indicator for you to grab a good positioning should be right here. You like, yo, fuck, yo, three. There's a lot coming. Come here. Come play here. Look at this angle. Is that not a good angle? Is that not a pretty good angle? Will they kind of really know on that sliver? Not really. If you're here, different story. You're out wide.
Yeah.
Come
I
here.
mean, my Reyna was to my right. Had like a cross. I think
Sure.
she was there.
But
So if I push up in front of her,
that's a even. Well, you're saying Reyna was here or over there? Stairs.
yeah, she's here.
Stairs. Yeah, but that would to me would make a, even more of a case to come here and play off this positioning off stairs, or at least stay here on an off
Oh
angle.
wait, shit, sorry.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
we're really just focusing on your positioning because yeah,
yeah,
teammates' positioning matter too. You are correct; they do matter, right? If your teammates here, you're not gonna fuck come here. You're probably gonna go over here somewhere, right? He's backside side.
yeah,
You're over on this side, so we can have like a crossfire, or like two points of attack where it's hard for them to clear it going like this, right? So
yeah,
that can also be accounted for. You could have also asked for smoke and then cross over here and be on an off angle, start spraying, or just sitting here patiently holding the smoke, seeing if people walk out. You just instantly kill them. Okay, but
yeah,
and I'm not saying this is the correct answer. I'm not saying this is you must go here when they're coming and you know it. Okay, but you need to develop. And if you can't develop them, I can help you in the DMs or whatever. But
oh no, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah,
you need to develop your own sweet spots where they get you a lot of value, kills, holding it down, controlling slash maintaining space. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Because this isn't
yeah,
maintaining space. You're just asking to die. Okay, and
yeah.
I'll give you an example. I don't know. I have a podcast that I have 2 episodes so far. The first one was with Daniel Lined Halim, EU former tier 2 player. He was getting paid to play. Okay,
Hmm.
and when I asked him the question, I said, the question was, yo, what separates pros from tier 2? Tier 1 to tier 2 to Radiant, Radiant to Immortal 3, Immortal 3 to Immortal. Mortal to Ascendant. I didn't phrase it like that, but I just said what separates players at the highest level, and then that's what he said. He's like, what separates from tier 1 to tier 2, blah blah blah. Like I just said, he's like, what
Yeah.
separates them is decision making, positioning, okay, understanding to read, find solutions immediately, and also communication. So
Mhm.
we're talking that second point, okay, where it's positioning. You need to be aware of, you got to be situationally aware, not just aware of your POV in the minimap, situationally aware of what the fuck is gonna happen, what could happen in this moment in time. Because imagine if I told you, yo, you're just cheating, you have no fog of war, you can see the whole minimap exactly where 5 people were. Where would you go? Would you stand out here or wait for them if you knew where all 5 were?
No.
No, you wouldn't. You probably would be over here playing a tricky spot. Over
Yeah.
here. Maybe even over here.
High low with the Reyna, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe even over here. Getting ready. And you see them run down your map hacking. And you see. You're not going to be out here. You're going to be over here on an
Yeah.
offing. Just get ready to kill 3 people. Right? So your situational awareness lacks a little bit for your positioning, but that's fine. We made a
Yeah.
mistake. All we do is learn. Okay, here is good. Here is really good. Drop is very standard these days. You can come here. This is like
Yeah.
super safe. You can go heaven, play on off angle for hold them to come out. Okay, if your teammates start rotating, you start going drop, your teammate will pick up heaven, right? You're not gonna make that guy go
Yeah.
drop because you're already there, so it's faster for you to go. Yeah, you can play here. You can be talk. You can be off angle. Whatever. Just fucking 100 options. You can be just like 60 off angles you can play, pretty much.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
even go stairs if you're too scared, or and if you could. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't think in this scenario you could actually, because you're just like already made up the mind to go inside. But yeah,
Yeah, I think like in my head, I was so committed to pushing or like fighting
sure.
at rubble,
Yeah,
and then we didn't do it. So
yeah.
I was
But
like
again,
just pants down.
did you call
Didn't
that?
have a second plan.
See,
Yeah, I did.
you did. I remember you did call
Yeah,
that. But again, the leadership skills, the management skills, the babysitting skills. You should have. Guys, come here right now. We're fighting for this. Hello. You even called their agent name out or whoever it was. Yo, come, Reina, Jet, come. We need you. We're
yeah.
fighting for it. You rationalize. We're fighting for it. It's A, Lotus. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what the pros do. And it makes sense why they do it. Because we need
Yeah.
control of here. So we leave one guy here and then everyone starts stacking B and A. And then this guy's
Mhm.
absolute control of everything. Right? I'm sure you've done that in Premiere and Lotus. Where you leave one guy here,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
guys
That's like
control,
the
and then
main game
everybody
plan.
leaves. And then they'll know to come back when this guy takes contact, dies, gets kills, whatever, etc., etc., hears people. Does that make sense? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a little bit a lot involved, but still, even though you made the call and you got flustered
Where are
that they
you?
didn't fight for it, you had to be aware that they're coming now
We
and
needed
that
to
you
be
need.
quicker on the plan
Yeah,
B.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like a little bit like your information processing speed too. It needs to get faster. Like you need to just understand. Okay, we didn't fight for it, and also you can put yourself in their shoes. I eyed here. They're running out. Okay, and we'll freeze
They
it
get
there.
no contact.
Exactly. What will they see? Nothing but the
Yeah.
eye. There's
Free
nothing else.
sight.
They're just like, yo, there's nobody here. Let's work this shit. They're soft. They're passive. They suck. So you need to understand that by putting yourself in their shoes and being like, wait, they took no contact. We didn't fight for. There's no resistance at all. I gotta be ready for them to absolutely start coming in here and trying to take this site. Whether you
Yeah.
hold your ground, okay, playing an off angle, trying to kill 2 or 3, or you fully give it up and retake. It's like that decision making needs to be better. Okay, so that's all. That's it. Nothing crazy. Just a learning moment in time that you need to just process the information quicker to get situationally aware, so that way you can have value. You could be in a better position to get kills, production. It all adds up. You see how kind of all these notes are kind of adding up a little bit now, and that's how we play Valorant. It's not you playing just utility usage one round, just your aim one round, just your brain sense one round. There's going to be some rounds where you use 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5. All of these things work in harmony in terms of aim, communication, utility usage, movement and positioning, and also game sense and mental game. These need to come together and be at the same level higher than aim. If the 4 categories minus aim are higher than aim, it's still okay. Like in your case, no? The 4
Yeah.
categories are higher than your aim, no? Wouldn't you say? I would say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and you're still okay. But obviously, you need to get to a point where everything is 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and you will be a fucking beast. And I'm not saying that to talk shit or blow smoke out your ass. I'm being realistic because that's how pros got there.
Yeah, that's how the game works.
It's how they brought these all up. So that's that, okay? Any questions with this round?
No.
Okay, let's move on. The next note, we already touched on this. I'll just read it. I wrote and I put it here because it's a part of aim and movement and positioning. But I wrote and fighting mechanics. But I wrote he's a crouch peeker fighter. So we went through that. Save
Yeah.
it for when you're higher level, or absolutely develop the way you do it, where it's like super fucking elite and it still works at your elo. Whatever. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, but
Yeah.
that's okay. So, the next thing is round 11. He didn't need to sit behind the wall. He should have started rotating way earlier. So again, okay. The Sage came here for some reason. I don't even know why he was A. He walls here like this.
Bring them down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look where like my dog is. And I think he was on top of the wall actually. From what I remember, I don't remember. He was somewhere here on the
Yeah,
wall
he
or
was
behind it.
on the wall.
Yeah, like behind the wall, I think, right, or something. I don't remember.
And there was one on the other side. There was like an enemy on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, that's not so important. Whether there's
Yeah.
3 or 2, but my point is that you sat here while this wall was here too long.
Yeah, okay.
Because the wall wasn't breaking, was it? Were they shooting at it, knowing you knowing 3 people outside the wall?
No.
Not really. You needed to start fucking running the B and C by you being aware of the situation. Sage is
Yeah.
most likely, we can use logic, Sage is most likely gonna be okay if I leave. And if they're here breaking her wall or she's having trouble, she will likely let me know. Likely. Obviously, some teammates don't talk. But if you're really good, you can even be aware of that. She doesn't even need to tell you. You see the wall break on the minimap, you come back. Yeah, that's the type of player
Yeah.
I am. People don't need to tell me where to go, how to play. I'm telling them where to go, how to play, and I can use their contact from the minimap for me to have a solution to what to do. Okay, so that's what you need to understand. But what did I write here? So didn't need to sit behind the wall, and he should start rotating way earlier. So I think this is the round where they went C, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong.
No, so
Or was
I'm
it
looking
B?
at it now. So they get a pick B main because
Okay.
my Reyna
And
walked
they
up.
went B.
I started rotating when she got picked.
Yeah.
Then another guy picked B main.
And died.
Then they get a pick on C. They're full defaulted.
Yep,
they're in a 1-2-2.
Yeah, yeah.
So there were still 2 outside the Sage wall,
So I'm glad you're pulling that up because
and then
my
they
memory
plant
is
on B.
fucked right now. But yeah. So but even
Yeah.
so with that information too, then like, but even
We
if
just
I
ran it down on their default.
even if I didn't know that, like they were defaulting, right? You'll
Yeah.
see it in the VOD. Like this guy standing on the wall not breaking, is enough information for me to tell me to leave, to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because he's holding it down so far. Obviously, he can die or whatever. But does that make sense? So that's why I
Yeah.
wrote, you need to just leave him there because
Just
he's
dip.
a sentinel. Even if it was a cipher, you just fucking dip. He can solo hold that shit even better than a Sage because his strips aren't gonna go down after a time. They're gonna be there permanently, and we'll know. And so it's information. So that's why I would have liked you to start lead your awareness and your situational awareness by being like, "Yo, I need to live. I need to leave. There's fucking nothing. There's no action over here. No noise. I'm dipping." Or you could even try to jump peek it maybe over and try to see. And then one time, okay, there's nothing. I just go over here and be and help out on other parts. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
we can make it more advanced. Okay, where I'm the type of IGL where I'm here, and then I'm like, wait, I need to go. This guy's holding it down, and then maybe I'll jump B. Yo, there's nothing. Stack B and C, and then we just start fucking focusing on B. And I'll even maybe tell the Sage to start coming, and we start putting 3 on B, 2 on C. You see how like we can get? It's like proactive with the information. We kind of know they're not going A, so where are they gonna go? It's only a 66% chance they're going somewhere else, which is B or C, 33% divided, right? Because they're not going A, so they're only gonna go B or C. So I just start immediately communicating, stack C, stack B, because of what's going on here. If they're shooting the wall and I'm hearing shit, different story. You stay there, and then you apply what we talked about before, which was, okay, they're coming, guys, and then you communicate, guys, they're gonna come, very likely. I'm gonna get some info,
Where
and then you
are
start
you?
finding a very good positioning where you can hold it down, kill them, maintain, control, gather information. Okay, so that's that. Any questions with this? Small note, nothing crazy, but this is what I want you to start thinking about, because this
Yeah.
is where you're gonna get the milliseconds, seconds, the difference makers of you being able to be here on an off angle versus you on the way in heaven. Doesn't, if that makes
Yeah.
sense? Okay.
I mean, it sounds like if I had to group a lot of these like round by round points that you're making
Yeah.
is a lot of me not making aggressive enough plays off the information that I have.
Sure.
Like I'm just not doing enough with it
Yeah, I think that's
fast
the
enough.
I think that's the better thing you said besides aggressive. It's not about running it down or just being
Yeah.
like a monkey
I,
just jumping around, but
well,
it's
yeah, I mean
yeah,
aggressive in terms of like
yeah, like
using,
yep.
yeah,
You're
like
100%
being
right.
proactive
Yep,
and
yep,
like,
yep. You're 100%
yeah,
right. Where it's like, I
yeah,
want you to process this information at an elite, like instantly, so that way you can start moving to have good positioning to have value later down the line, instead of
yeah,
being caught where you don't have value because you're late. Like you're late. You're showing up
yeah. That
late.
extra 6 seconds
Yeah,
is like
M-
a
bro,
lot on
you'd
a
be
rotate.
surprised
Yeah,
how even two
especially Lotus.
seconds, 2 seconds can make all the difference from you getting 3 kills or you missing that opportunity of they've already come in. And so
Yeah,
this is where you're gonna get your individual edge. So you need to process information and then apply it or find a solution fast. Okay, so that's all you can take
yeah,
away from this. But you're correct with what you said. So that's that. Let's move on. Okay, the last, second last note and movement positioning is round 12. So it's the last round of defense side. His
yep.
positioning is awful. Needs to utilize off angle, sweet spots, have spots that are very strong for the current situation. Can you just briefly tell me where you were while I load back in?
So I was outside tree. I threw my util in to stall them, and then I was like jiggle fighting the Reyna. She
Where?
was in
Where was
my
she?
decay.
Where was she
She
in?
was in tree, like in my decay, like right at the entrance to site
Okay, okay, yeah.
in
Okay.
tree, and I was on site.
And you died like in front of tree where you died the last time, right? Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes, yeah,
yeah.
okay, now I remember. Yeah, my memory is really bad right now. But yeah, okay, let me just load back
I
in and I'll explain why I wrote this because I kind of forgot where you died. That's where I wanted, but now I remember. So and
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think I need to break this down. It's the same scenario, right? And that's why I wrote utilize off angles, sweet spots, have a spot that's very strong for the current situation, which is what? What is the
Everyone
current
is a
situation
threat.
in your eyes in this round? Super simple.
um, I mean, just
They're coming in.
jiggle fighting this Reyna.
They're
Oh right, yeah,
like I'm looking at the macro. What is the enemy team? What is the situation? What are they likely gonna do or they're doing? Which is coming in, no? And were they
yeah,
coming
yeah.
in
They're
on
trying
It
to
the?
doesn't
Can
execute.
you
matter
tell
where
me if
they
they're coming in?
hide.
Because my
I'll
memory is really
find
bad
them.
right now.
I
So I managed.
always
I
find them.
isolated the
My
Reyna
ult
in
is
tree
ready.
with my utility, and I had my team was holding it the fuck down in main. Like
Right here, right?
they were all main.
Is my screen sharing, by the way?
Yeah, it is,
Okay.
but I'm
Okay,
like
okay.
tabbing
Yeah. Sorry,
between.
I just thought I would.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, you're. But again, they're coming in at least, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's the situation that you needed to process, which was they're coming in, which goes back to that first one here where you died on pistol. Bro, go here. You can play here. I'm not saying, oh, this is the answer, but find some spots, find some sweet spots, find good spot, or you can even just use generic spots. Everybody is just go drop, go backside, go Evan, whatever.
yeah.
But I
I had
think
a Spectre.
sure, but
But yeah,
I think the main story of this note is that you need to process information better, so that way you can make that decision to have a very good positioning to kill,
yeah,
to stay alive, to get man advantages, to outright win the round. Does that make sense? And this is
yeah,
really important. And I know you know, but I'm just emphasizing because it hasn't come up one time. It's come up twice now, right? Where
yeah,
your positioning was terrible. You're out in the open dying, bro. Just come back. It's okay to play safe. And obviously, this comes with experience too of knowing when to fight for it, when to give it up, right? There's a lot involved
yeah,
with that. Okay,
I mean, it still
information.
might be still probably the wrong play, but my head there was that I'd isolated the Reyna
Sure.
and that I needed to I wanted to try and like pick her
Sure.
while she was like in the decay and her team
Yeah.
was like not with her.
And I'm looking past the result. Whether you died here, lost a round, won the round, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking about is that we need to fix this. Your thought process on why you're fucking out here dying out in the open. That's what I'm more worried about. Besides your thought
Yeah.
process of why you were here. Okay, which it's valid. It makes sense. You wanted to kill him in the decay, sure. Okay, but just for future reference, I want you like really understanding the situation. Yo, they're coming. I'm giving it up and call that. Guys, they're coming in. They're coming in. Rotate
Yeah.
now. I need help. Right, and then you find a good spot where you can play safe and have value. Okay, because you're gonna start shitting on them, and when you value your life or have really good understandings of when to reposition or to get in a good position, what will happen? You'll die less, no? And when you die less, you have more value because you can shoot your gun and kill people, use your utility, right? And it'll also
Yeah.
affect your KD. You won't die more than you'll get kills, so your stats look good. You'll win over the long term. Rounds,
Yeah.
winning rounds mean winning games. Winning games mean getting RR. Getting RR means climbing, and climbing means getting to your goal. You see how it comes back to your goal. And I always say
Yeah.
this as well. It's like people could sit there and say, "Yeah, well, this shit doesn't add up." Your individual action and decision making, positioning, and value definitely controls the outcome of rounds and then games and your RR.
Yeah.
Because it all adds up. You need to start thinking about it at this root ground level. Okay, and I know you understand. Just I'm really emphasizing on this because this is something you really need to fix. Because if you're dying here, fucking out in the open in plat lobbies, bro, you're in big trouble against immortals. They don't even need you
Well,
to be out here, right?
hang on. I was in like an off angle there though for that one.
Sure, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just saying in general.
But yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Where they'll just need a fucking sliver and you're dead. Okay, but these guys are
Yeah.
bad and they're still killing you in a bad positioning. Okay, so think about that as you climb and it gets harder and harder. Do we need worse positionings or better positionings and better off angles and better understanding of the situation?
Yeah.
It's the latter, which is the better. We need it needs to get, and this is where we're developing it. That's it. You learn in these moments on time. Like fuck, yeah, my stop process was valid, but the positioning was bad. Maybe I could have came over here and tried to kill him, or push him, or whatever. Use a utility,
So
whatever.
where would you play instead in that situation? So hang on, So I was like in front of default. So I'm not here where you are. I was like there, yeah, looking at more to the other side.
This side or this
No,
side?
no. So I was fighting tree,
Oh, you're fight. Oh, you're
but
looking
from
this side.
in front of like the left
Yeah,
side
yeah,
of default. Yeah.
yeah.
So and I've got the Spectre, so I was trying to stay
Yeah.
close to the wall, and
So,
she's in the decay.
okay. Let's say they're coming in, right? Or they're in
Yeah,
tree at this moment. I
yeah,
would never be out here. Okay,
yeah,
unless okay, this is the only circumstances I would be out here, where there's one guy here holding me. Okay,
yeah. I had two
and
here.
there's a smoke down. Was there a smoke down?
Right. There was no smoke. Sage was holding where you were just standing. I was like
I'd rather you be like here,
hard up against the wall. So that's where my Sage was.
like
Hang on,
this.
I'll stream my thing again so you can
Sure.
see the So I am fighting. Yeah, you can see
You're
the
right.
X where I die. Like
Yeah.
I'm right there. My Stage is the one behind me. She gets fucking collided.
Yeah. So
But
so I don't need to look at it anymore. So as soon as this door opened, if I was
Mhm,
you're right here, right? I'm gone. I'm
mhm.
gone. I'm getting backside as soon as that door opens. That's usually to me my signal to start giving it up.
Then I get
Unless
no value off my utility there, no?
how? How?
Or the Spectre, right?
Bro,
Well,
the
because like
Spectre
Reyna's
from here
isolated, she's
isn't that
decayed.
bad. You have to understand that. You can still I get a lot of kills from here. Okay, yeah, you're
Yeah,
talking about the gun, but bro, I get kills from here with a Spectre. It's about and that's because your aim is bad. That you need to
yeah,
rely on the range, right? And obviously we'll work on that. Where bro, if you're a good aimer, it doesn't matter what range you are. Bro, there are times I've been stinger one tapping people from here with a stinger. Think
Yeah,
about
my
that.
stinger is nasty. But
Okay, and so it's not about the range. Yeah, it makes sense logically that Stinger, Spectre, we should be up close, faster fire rate, the damage fall off is farther with range. But it doesn't
Mhm.
matter. You come on an off angle, bro. Come here. Come here.
well, that's where I was.
No, you died here. You died right here. When I looked, you died.
No, 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 no. I'm
Yeah, that
like
you're.
front sight. Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah. You're not backside. That's not where I showed you. This
that
is
was your example for the
no.
off
I
angle.
said
Oh,
I said
okay. I
right
think
here.
I'm
That
like
not even
fucking.
close. You're
I'm
you
lagging behind. I
yeah. Okay,
think.
okay. You're dying here on default. You need to be here.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll slow down a little bit. You need to be here. You need to be
yeah,
here because, again, you said two people on stairs, right? So okay, beautiful. We don't need to hold this. We need to hold
yeah.
this because there's only one entry point because this is covered. Okay, or you play here before the door opens. So, or while the door, like he presses it, you're here. You start coming right here. Look at this angle. This is perfect for Spectre, no? And you could be over here,
I
right?
yeah.
But you're out here. Yeah, it's decent, but like to me, it's kind of bad because you're just gonna
I mean,
die.
yeah. I don't.
Like, bro, think about it. How do they clear the site when they come out tree? What is their protocol of looking? They look drop, they look here, and they start swinging. So you're gonna
Yeah.
be the third op. You're dead. Like you're gonna die a big chunk of the time unless you have really good aim and timing, crosshair placement, holding mechanics, where you just fucking instantly kill this guy coming out, which
I
you
mean,
don't yet. Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't holding that. I was closer, but like because
Sure.
the way the fight went, we were like jiggling back and forth, and
Okay,
I
but
just like
you're breaking this down too much. You just have to
yeah.
understand that this positioning is terrible. That's it. You died.
Okay.
The result was bad. Like, and that's why I told you, just come, give it up. The door's opening. You know he's in there. Give it up. Look at the minimap. Two people stairs holding main. We don't need to look main. All we have to look is for the stairs guy, the tree guy. No,
Then this is an on angle. Like
come
this is
here.
the angle that he's
Come
clearing as
here.
well. You know?
Come here. This is probably better. This is way better than being here, right? Because he's
Yeah.
not gonna really know. Okay, he's gonna be like this, and he's gonna come out, and you're gonna see him first, and you're gonna kill him. Does that make sense? So,
Yeah.
I think you're over analyzing it a little bit too much. Okay, you just have to understand that this positioning is not the best. Okay, if I were to rate it,
Okay.
it's like a 3 or 4. Okay, just come back, play your life, value your life, understand the scenario. Even let him come out and then swing off it. Listen, you hear this guy coming out, then you swing when he's here, and you'll a lot of times catch this guy like this. He's cleared here, he's cleared there. You're listening, and then you swing. He's like this, and you kill him. That's what I do sometimes too. I'll use timing with sound on knowing he's coming out, and I just peek and he's dead. Okay, this is a super
Yeah.
fast rate of fire gun. It's not gonna take you long to kill this guy. Okay, so understand that, right? Yeah. So any questions?
No.
Okay, so yeah, and that's why I wrote as well before we move on that wait, where did it go? Needs to utilize off angles, okay, sweet spots slash have spots that are very strong for the current situation, which is two people holding stairs, one guy coming out tree. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? I don't know. You develop that. I don't want to give you my answers because, again, like you were doing, you're going to be like, I don't know about that. You're going to be defensive or whatever, push back on me. But you develop that, is really what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You learn from this moment in time and understand, okay, maybe I could have been here a little bit better. Okay, maybe I could have just been here and then peek off the sound or just hold an offering was better. Okay, or I hear him running out. I have some sort of
find
fucking
you.
lineup. Wait for the tag, and I just start swinging. He's gonna shoot at. His cost is going up, and I'm gonna kill this guy. Does that make sense? So I'll leave that up to you to develop. Okay, even this is probably better. I'll be really honest. This is definitely 100 times better than this. You being on this side, like this, really sliverish. That's how pros
Yeah.
hold angles. They don't hold angles out in the open right here wide unless there's 2, 3 people behind them. Okay, they're always tight off angles. Sometimes they'll even give up that angle, but hold this where this guy is just like comes out. He's like, oh, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear, and he's just like moving around. He's instantly dead because of this off angle. This is a high level thing of understanding. how to shoot and kill people on defense, utilizing off angles. Because if you're in the generic areas where they're gonna look and clear, you're gonna die 8 out of 10 times. That's just how good people are nowadays. Don't blame me. It's just how it is. Even me, I catch myself in these general ass spots sometimes, and they instantly delete me, pre-fire me. Okay, so it's just the way it is. So this is somewhat of that angle too, because it's on the way to here. So they're gonna be like, oh, nothing dropped, nothing, and then they come here. They're slicing the pie. You're dead. You're gonna be like, a very good chance they're gonna see you, right? So that's that. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, let's move on. The next thing, the last note is decision making for positioning needs to be way better. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's pretty much all the notes that kind of came through. It's like your decision making with your positioning needs to be better off your situational awareness. It's very simple
Yeah.
by you just asking yourself, or even putting yourself in their shoes, saying, what do they see? What are they doing? What information do they have at hand? That's a way more advanced way of playing this game. Or you just kind of be like, you be aware, like, wait, I understand A, they're going to be really aggressive, hyper aggressive, and they are hyper aggressive. They've been hyper aggressive, doing tendencies and frequencies. You can even get specific. They've ran it down when they go A 5 out of 5 times, no breaks. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, they're coming, right? But if there's a case where like they come A, but like 3 out of 5 times they played it slow. Okay, different story. Maybe you can get away with it more. You can come here now. You know they're gonna bum rush you, right? You see how tendencies and frequencies work and how we can use it. So, um, I would like you to start thinking about these things that we talked about right now, towards your positioning. It doesn't start with you being like, oh, I'm gonna go here. Like it starts with the info. That's where it starts, and then you using that info to understand what is going on, what will they do, and you can even have information you've stored prior. Remember, I told you track and store it, right? Because you got to know if it's
Yeah.
5 out of 6, 7 out of 9, or okay, you won't know unless you've seen and remembered every single round. Okay, and then you use that so that way there's a solution. You kind of have your own protocol on where to go. And I'll touch on this real quick too. Okay, which I don't think you have too much of a problem, but a little bit. But and I'll send you a clip. I'm not gonna break it down too crazy, but I want you to
Yeah.
start developing yourself where you hold your ground here, here,
Yeah.
and then back up to your off angles and sweet spots. Because if you go here, not saying you did, but some students will be like, they're coming in, yo, 3A, 3A, and they go here. And they're just here
Yeah. Just
waiting
give
for
up all the space
fucking
for free.
yeah, you understand why that's bad?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
giving up too much. You gotta gauge what you can get away with in terms of holding or giving up by the information and situational awareness of what is going on. What do they like to do? How do they play it? What is the frequency? It all starts there. You'd be surprised how
Yeah.
far this tool of understanding tendencies and frequencies will bring you. Trust me. And that's in my mind, every Immortal 2, maybe Immortal, that's a bit too low. Uh, I think every Immortal 3 plus understands this tendencies frequencies to like 9 to 11 out of 10. Like Immortal 1, it's
Yeah.
like 8. It's like pretty good 7. Because there's some players that have no brain at Immortal 1 too, right? So that's where it becomes like 7, 8. But like Immortal 3 plus, everybody understands how they play. They know who the guy is, even though they don't know who he is. Does that make sense? Like they know how he thinks, they
Yeah.
know how he
Yeah.
plays, they know who he is as a person. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let's move on. So, but to sum up that part, just process more, think, get quicker, make mistakes, try not to die out in the open. That should be a general rule in your mind. If I die out in the open, terrible. 0 out of 10 by
Yeah.
me. Okay? At least die here where he wall bangs you and you have some protection and he just luckily one taps you through the wall or whatever. Okay, so that's that. Alright, let's move on. The next thing is game sense. Okay, we're almost done. This is the last category. There's quite a lot of thick notes though, so we're probably gonna spend like 20 minutes breaking these down. Okay, I'll try to get through the things that are a little bit not as thing, so I don't. So yeah, you don't. I don't want to keep you too long. It's been quite a while already, but
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
So game sense, mental game. Would like him to manage his team more on the macro level. Round
Yeah.
3, Sage plays A, and he's solo water. he needs to call for more people C prior, like not starting the not in the round, but before the round. Why do you think? Very simple. Why should you have been like, yo guys, let's put 2 to 3 on C, 1 B, leave Sage on A, or leave 2 A, 1 we'll play a 2-1-2 setup.
Because there's no point like trying to fight when you're just gonna sage wall and slow to like,
Yeah.
so she can just anchor and we
Yep.
flood or retake
Yep.
off her delay.
Yep, you're correct. What I'm looking for though is more that the sentinels there. You can just keep it general like that. Like she can hold it down. She's gonna buy us enough time, especially if she
Yeah.
goes wall, double slow, no armor. That's what I do on Sage when I play. I don't go for classic or light armor. Sorry, I just go classic, wall, double slow. So when I'm pistol round, they have no utility as well, and when they come on a site, they're fucking stalled for 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the case if that's like that. But if he goes like wall, light armor, classic, a little bit different story. But still, I think that Sage will be somewhat good enough to hold us down, especially at the higher levels. I don't know about mid levels, but
Yeah.
that's my logic. It's like, wait, Sentinel on A, why the fuck is there 3 people there? And that's what was really
Yeah.
happening. There's 3 people there. They didn't even fight for it. So you should
No.
have told them in round 3, knowing your teammate doesn't like to fight, and they put Sage there, being like, "Yo, come, somebody come with me on C. I need help. We're gonna hold it down on C together. We'll play a crossfire,
Yeah.
whatever. You develop that. You kind of decide. There's no really right or wrong answer after that, but the key is that you should have pulled more people here. At least 1, minimum 1, maximum 2. If that makes sense. If he's a really good Sage, you leave him alone. If he's terrible, might need help,
Mhm.
right? So, a little bit IGL in terms of the leadership, the planning part in terms of the setup, right? Need to have a better management, micromanagement here in this round to being like, yo, okay, there's a Sage there, doesn't need 2 more people, 1 person comes C. Because what happened? You were here, and then you died, and then I'm pretty sure they won the round, from what I remember. If you could check.
Yeah. I waited to play retake with my team.
Yeah.
And we just got.
Yep. And one thing I'll say as well is that if you're gonna play for retake, you've really got to be safe. Again, I'm pretty sure you got caught in the middle. If I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong. My memory is really bad.
No, I
It's
died
1
10
a.m.
seconds after plant. I was tucked
You're
waterfall,
Okay.
and then they pushed up. I had someone playing opposite me in a crossfire, and they didn't swing either.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, so we won't worry about your positioning, but um, the real point of this round is just use your IGL skills, be assertive, be a leader, and you understanding. Yo, this side's too weak. I need 1 more. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a micromanagement thing. That's it. Any questions?
No.
Okay, that's that. The next note is the way they are fighting A is really bad, especially with 4 people on A, round 4. Okay, why is A bad? Try to answer the question. Do you know? Why the way you guys are fighting A bad? Or playing A generally?
I'm trying to say. Oh, we did not play any of our utility together at
Sure.
all. We basically just gave them all free 1v1s.
What I really would want is you not even to look at that and being like so aware, hindsight being like, we never fought for it. That's what I'm looking for. You
Yeah.
as an IGL, knowing the map knowledge here, which you do, how this part is played, saying, guys, we are fucking fighting for A. Who's your duelist again? Sorry, my memory is really bad at 1 a.m.
ISO Reyna.
Yeah, okay, so that's a little bit different story because they don't have a gap closing utility to dash the rubble, right? But still,
Yeah.
you tell them ISO, you're gonna invulnerable here on from breakable immediately. That's what they do when there's an ISO, and the ISO invulnerable from here, so you can get it insta, hit them. Okay, ISO, you're gonna go breakable, throw your invulnerability. Reyna, me and Reyna are gonna cross. I'm gonna throw an eye. Who was your smoke? Was it Omen or Clove?
Clove.
Clove, and then you tell Clove. You can even, and if Clove was here too, or the Sage, just Sage throw
There.
Sage throw the slow. Clove throw your
There.
decay here, or smoke then
I
decay, and then Reyna get to
I
rubble
did
me.
ask my Clove to
Find
smoke
you.
4 times in that round,
Sure.
and she still never
Sure,
smoked.
we'll look past that. Okay, we can just use
But
this round
yeah,
as a future reference thing. But
but
still,
yeah,
you never were adamant or was like really trying to get them to do this play. Because if you really did, like I do, they would all do it. I'd be yelling at them. Guys are fucking fighting for A. They're coming A a lot. Let's fight for it. There's 4 of us here.
I don't know. I like the reason I was bringing up other games before and saying that like I do that in is because I know how to do that, and most of the time I get teams that will play off it regardless of how they were feeling at the start, and even if it
Sure.
seems like they weren't like
Sure,
on board, I can still get them on
but
board.
bro,
And
but
that game, I
bro,
just got fucking nothing.
But bro, like like it's one thing to know, it's another to apply. I'm sure you've called this before. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah,
You didn't do it here. Again, it's like the thing
bro,
we said
these
earlier.
guys were
Sure.
useless.
But whose problem is that? So easy. So
Yeah,
you,
mine.
yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. I don't want to hear you saying like, "Yo, like these guys, this club, this retard." Yeah, I understand they're retarded, but if you really wanted this to work, which you knew that would work, or at least you've done it before and understood why it's important, you would have made them do it. Is my point. No.
Well, I did. I was so aggressive. Like, if
Um.
you go back, I asked her like 4
Okay,
fucking
but what about
times to
everybody
smoke it.
else?
I'm asking people
What
to.
about everybody else?
I called the whole
Did you
play. I'm asking us to
did you
fight. The
call
round
us slow?
before, I pinged
Bro,
my
bro.
Reyna and told her to push up with the outlaw I
I'm
gave
gonna
her
be
and
honest with
ask
you.
Clove to
I
smoke.
never heard you repeat this play more than one time. Yo, Sage, throw the slow
There.
here. I need it. Listen to me, guys. This is what we're doing. We're going crossing. I'm gonna throw I here, slow here.
There.
Throw the smoke down. And if they don't do it, I
Yeah.
never heard you say, "Yo, I need you to do it. Can you do it next round?" That's the difference.
Alright.
You keep saying, "Oh yeah, bro." Like, you're shying away from the accountability. You are the fucking IGL. No? You
Yeah.
must, and if you don't want to take that role, you don't want that burden, then I'm gonna be honest, you don't play that role. But if you want to be an IGL, a good IGL, an elite IGL, you must take the whole responsibility. I don't care if they were listening to you and not at you or not. They weren't listening to you, or they were, or you do it. I don't care. In this game, you did not do it where it helped you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's it. That's all you have to look at. I
Yeah.
don't care if you've done it before. This, that. You told him 4 times. I would have
Makes
made sure.
sense. It's just
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do about that? Is it in your control if he doesn't listen to you after 5 times? You're thinking
No,
about the
but like
wrong
the next
things.
game will be because I can be consistently better in like more
Sure.
games.
Yeah, and that's all we can
But
think about. But I'm asking you a question. Is it in your control when the guy doesn't listen to you 5 times?
no.
So then you should not be thinking about it at all. You shouldn't even be talking about it in my mind. You should just be like, okay, you're right. Next time I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna fight for it.
But
That's it.
if he's just not like
What about your
he's just
Reyna?
saying,
What about your
what
Sage?
do
Were they
how
not
do I do
listening
it?
too? They would have
No, they
listened.
weren't. Because I asked them both for stuff as well. I was trying to get my ISO to do stuff as well
Like,
through the
why
game. and
are
he
you
wasn't.
having so much defensiveness here with this note? You feel like I'm trying to blame you, which yeah, you are
No,
responsible.
I don't.
But
It's
what's
because
going on?
I'm
What's going on? Why can't you just look at it in your lens? What you need to do for, and that's why I said for
because
future
I don't feel
reference.
like I can get anything
So
on
then you
that
shouldn't
note from
IGL.
this game to improve. No. But like from this game,
Bro,
like I can
you're
IGL
saying
and
in this round you did absolutely nothing wrong? Is that what you're saying? You can't learn anything from this moment in time. Answer the question. That's the question.
no.
And you're wrong. You can. And that's why I said
Yeah,
you can learn for future reference. And you just said yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Sorry, no,
Oh,
I
okay, okay,
can
okay,
learn.
okay.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do
Yeah, I
nothing
thought you were
wrong. Like, yeah.
disagreeing with me. Okay, I misheard you.
No,
But
no.
yeah, you
Bro,
are
I'm fucking
correct.
Diamond 1. I can learn every round.
You are correct. You will learn. And that's all you need to think about. You keep saying it's clove, they're not. I don't care. I told you, I don't give a fuck. We're focusing on you, your
Yeah.
capability of calling, the way you need to think, the way you need to process information. There's four of you here. Nobody fought for it. And that's
Yeah.
on you. Whether the Clove didn't listen to you, okay, but a good IGL would be in a position or at least try his best where we are fighting to this to some degree. And I'm not saying that they were fully listening to you, not listening. I understand. It's tough when they're not listening. But still, repeat yourself. Be assertive. Rationalize. You think these guys are brain dead retards? They're diamond. And if you rationalize
Yeah.
with them, guys, it's four here. They're coming A a lot. It's gonna work. Listen to me. They will listen. That's my point.
All right.
Okay? And I'm being hard on you. Why? Is because you're an IGL. Are you ever gonna be in a premier game, okay, where you're just like, well, it's your fault? No, and that's why I told you in the beginning.
No.
You need to take full fucking responsibility. And I know it sucks. I know that's why you're getting defensive. It feels bad.
Yeah.
But this is where you learn. I'm being serious. And those that can take the most accountability in traditional sports, business, picking up girls, making money, esports in general, any game will be the best. That's what separates people. By you being able to be critical, self assess, take accountability, and apply it for next time. That's all it is. Or at least apply it when you can, if that makes it better for you.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm not upset at you or anything. I'm taking a personal attack. I'm just trying to help you open your mind up where you can start focusing on these small. Like you said, I don't think I can learn anything from this. So great, that's how you feel. I feel like you can at least get a 1 to 2% edge from this note in itself and the future games, future rounds. Is that not of value to you to some degree? To me, that is. You know why? At the highest level, it's not about 50% separation and edge. It's about the 1%. That's what separates pros. Tens to another average pro, it's not 20%. It's literally 3% edge. That's what
Yeah.
people don't understand. Traditional sports is the same thing. In rugby, the best player of the best pro rugby player to the bottom of the barrel, it's a 5% edge. It's not a fucking 100% better. That's how people see it. But that guy's a pro as well. He got there for a reason. His skill is very similar, but there's certain things that separate that one guy, which is mental, decision making, being really calm under pressure, whatever it is. We can break it down further. You can theory craft all day or be objective about
Yeah.
it. And that's what you need to focus on. And that's why I'm not getting worked up, but I'm getting passionate because it's like you're trying to not even accept that the 2% matter to me when you talk like that and
No,
getting
like
like
I get that it matters. It's just hard to like take
yeah, I know it is. But
the most dog shit game of my life. Like if you, I
okay,
don't know, if
but
you take like a fucking
is
game where
it
Zach
though?
and completely fucking
I
whiffs
don't-
his shit. Yeah,
I'm
that was a
I'm
bad game on every
sure,
level,
but
bro.
is it your worst game you've ever played in the history of your career? That's a
Well,
flat
no, I
no.
started at silver.
Exactly. Exactly. I know that. It's a flat no. You've had way worse games. And you're over analyzing it too much where you feel like I'm just picking notes apart on this one game, but that's where we start improving. That's why pros VOD review every death, every game, every round. Because
Yeah,
these are the rounds that are gonna build you edge. That's what you have
but
to
they also
understand.
have less to fix. Like I feel like I have like
Well, yeah, you're a
a
diamond.
million things to fix, and I gotta
And so,
pick like
okay, I'll use your logic. You're right. They have less to fix. You have billions things to fix. So shouldn't we be focusing on the smaller details even more?
if I have time to.
No, not about time. It's a yes or no. Should we or no? Not about
Sure.
time or effort. It's if we have more problems, shouldn't we focus on all our problems to fix? Yes or no? Yeah, obviously,
Um,
when we have no problems at all, we have to focus on less. But you're not a pro. Your ego is getting in the way. I don't know where it's coming from. Because you feel like you're a contender in Premier playing against Radiance Immortals. Bro, I don't care. Like, you're still making these mistakes. You're not
no,
leading
that's not
them.
what I'm just saying.
But it's
Like if I had to pick between focusing, when you're first starting out, they're like, focus on crosshair placement for 10 games or whatever, and not think about anything.
okay.
Like I feel like it's not possible to focus on like everything all at once.
Why? Why? Why is that not
It's just too
possible?
much to process.
Why is it too much to process? Isn't that why you're here? To get better? And if you want to get
Yeah,
better, then you need to process as much information as you can because you have limited time. It's not like you've paid for 1,000 coaching sessions. It's one session.
yeah.
And so you need to take that accountability. I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to attack you personally or make a fool of
No,
you.
I know.
I'm not that type of person. I'm being brutally honest with you. You've paid me for my time to help you, so use this time properly. Apply the mistakes you've made to take away at least something in
Yeah,
this round. That's it. But you kept being defensive and you're saying, "Oh, I can't. I feel like," and again, you say, "I feel. I feel like I can't take away anything." I know you can take something away. It's about effort as well. It's
okay.
really important that you break things down this littly, even if it is out of your control. They're not listening to you. And that's why I said it's not that I don't believe that they weren't listening to you or not. I just said for future reference. Where you're in this scenario, four people here, you guys are all playing with your fucking cocks, doing doop 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 doop. We're gonna let them have A for free. You understand? Instead
Yeah,
of you putting your fucking big boy pants up, whether they're not listening to you or not, they're listening to you or not, and you fucking show them why they need to listen to you. I'm gonna fight for A. We're gonna fight for A. You're not coming,
Where
I'm
are
fucking
you?
going. You show them. You go by yourself. That's what I do. And then you start shitting on two people. What do you think they're gonna do? Just sit back there? They're gonna come to you. Be a leader, not just by words, but by actions as well. And I'm sorry I have to raise my voice at you, but I feel like this is like the way to get to you in this round for some reason. This note. I'm not sure even why we're even talking like this. It should have been just easy. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Situational awareness. I need four here. I need to calm for next time. We're gonna fight for it, or even, or at least in this specific round, try my best where we got here and fought for it.
hmm
Does that make sense? That's it.
yeah,
It's not about Clove. It's not about Reyna. It's not about Sage. It's about you. Your
all right.
skill, your ability to IGL and lead them to win, to control the outcome of the game. Did you not lose this game?
Yeah,
Do you not want to win games the other way? 13-3, 13-4. Be an
yeah.
IGL where you always make calls that are 90% and then they always listen to you. And if you want to get there, this is what it takes. And if it's too much, don't IGL. And I told
hmm
you, and I know, bro, I'm getting, passionate because I understand what you're feeling. Don't feel like I don't know. Just trying to talk shit to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I understand what you feel. Where it sucks to hear what I'm saying to you. It may even feel like a personal attack. It's not though. It's to be
no,
critical, take something away for future reference, and that's it. That's where I want to leave it. That's it. Okay? So that's
yeah,
all I'm saying. Okay? And you need to kind of change your mindset here as well, because there's ego involved, even if you believe there isn't. For some
yeah,
reason, you're like, well, you don't know better than me, so. And I'm not saying you said that, but that's what it feels like. Like you're questioning me when I'm here to help you. That's it.
yeah,
I'm not saying this is the absolute best choice, but in my mind it is when there's four here, logically. It just makes sense. They're coming in a lot, and we just fight for it. And then once we fight for it, okay, then we have control. People can start running off. Three people are gonna start running off to go CMB, right? But
hmm
and what I said, they don't tell you, they don't listen to you. Rationalize to them. They don't still fucking want to listen to you. for whatever reason, after you logically rationalize to them where it makes sense, fucking show them by yourself. Okay? I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Something I teach the gold players. They don't listen, show them. Okay, and it's on multiple VODs where they just show them by themselves. They're telling them they're on attack, and they're like, rotate, rotate. There's 4 here, and then they're like, yo, it's like a second session onwards, and they're like, yo, they're not listening, and I'm like, go, take your fucking knife and go. You know there's 4 there, go. This guy starts running. My student starts running by himself, rotating, and that his teammates are here. Can't go in because there's 4. There's so much resistance, and you just see they know that he's here, and you just see their movement going, doop, going in spawn, going to him. They will follow you if you're the best player.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's leave it at that. Right? Don't take it personally at all. I just want you to really understand that your situational awareness matters here. That's a part of the point. Not just that you need to tell them to do it. Yeah, obviously if you tell them to do it, they can't do it. Different story. But there's 4 fucking people here. You're telling me three people not even one guy's not gonna listen to you at a mid diamond level in APAC? That's a little bit silly to me. That argument.
I mean, yeah.
Again,
Okay.
but you're gonna say, well, they weren't. Some of them were talking to you, no?
Yeah, just the ISO. But he was kind of just complaining.
Sure, but still, there were some times you made some calls or talked to them, and I could tell that they were listening to what you're saying. And
Yeah.
if you make this call, I'm telling you, at least one guy, the Sage would fucking throw the slow, or the Reyna would come with you, or the Clo, whatever. Okay, that's theory
I mean,
crafting, or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, like what do you want to say? What do you want to say? I'll listen to it. What's your point?
No, because it was just gonna be the same fucking.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's out of our control. I understand. They don't listen. That's it. Just focus on your ability to make this call next time. That's it. That's all we can word it to. Not even for maybe specifically this game, which I would like you to think, which most very good IGLs would understand and be like, okay, next time when there's 4 here and we're all playing with our cocks, I'm gonna tell them start running it down. They don't listen. I'm gonna go. Okay, but if that's the case, then you just apply it for when they can listen to you. No, when they will listen to you. That's it. I'm just trying to grow your game sense and your IGL skills, so you're a good IGL and can win rounds and not get stomped like this game. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's that. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is, where were we? So the next note is he's quite aware of the mini map. I think you're quite aware. Even that round on defense where you flanked with the Reyna, and then you know how the door was opening and you saw 2 there, and then you knew that one was breakable as well. It's good. Really good awareness. Very good job. I would like you to keep working on this, where whether you're on defense or attack, where you see any question mark across the map or around the map, you just call that information. Yo, 1 here. And defense is more important. Like, you're on A, right? You're here. Let's say you see 1 or you saw 1 piece of utility. Yo, 1A, and then a guy takes contact on B or saw, jiggles it, whatever, simple example. And you're like, yo, 1B, 1C, yo, it's default. You automatically can calculate what they're doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and then attack is the same thing. Yo, there's 3 here. I heard a fucking Phantom, Vandal, and an Op. You can use noise. You can hear the utility. You can see the utility. You can see the people. You can see them on the minimap. These are ways where not only are we being aware, but we are aware, then we use that awareness to gather information to understand where the enemies are, and then we make a call to leave. And this is more important for you, because not only do we need to make a pre-round plan, pre-round read, call, plan, execution, you need to be able to make mid-round calls, late round calls, right? And so this type of awareness will really, really help you make those mid-round calls where you need an audible, or some shit go full bar, and you got to make a different type of adjustment quickly, if that makes sense. Okay?
Yeah.
So I thought your awareness was really good, but I wanted at that level where you can gather the information on the minimap, and you just being like, okay, this is what they're doing. Guys, don't walk down their default. Yo, they're running it down. Fast rotate right now. Yo, it might be a fake. Stay. They cut noise. Stuff like that. Okay, so, and there's a lot involved, but you can do that as well. Okay, I believe you can. It's just a matter of experience and time. It takes time. Right, so any questions with this note?
No.
Okay, let's move on. The next thing is situational awareness needs work on the micro level. Round 7. Round 7. Stop shooting the deadlock wall instead of night. Oh, I meant yeah. Stops shooting the
Knifing the
deadlock
wall. Yeah,
wall.
yeah,
I wrote it backwards, but yeah, you get what I mean. Like you stop shooting it to knife it, and I wrote, if you shot it, like if you shot it instead, you just shot at it, you would have lived actually, but
yeah.
because you're back here when you're shooting it, right? You'll be like about here, and like there's some protection. You
Yeah,
can flick him as well, but you went for this like weird thing, and he's shooting it, and it's like yeah, so a little micro um, awareness here to just shoot it, and also actually I don't know how the damage
I wasn't really
works.
focused on my teammate.
Sure. He was also
I didn't
shooting it.
realize he'd backed up behind me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but he was wider than me, and so I went
yeah,
in
I
for the
think
knife, and
he was
then
like
yeah,
here. The ISO was here shooting it, and you just started going up in here. But still, like you gotta know, right? Like to me, I would have been aware. But like, oh, ISO's right next to me. I look at the mini map or my POV. I just shoot this, and then we start going for a retake. But you got here just knifing it out in the open a little bit, like a bad angle. Not out in the open, but a little bad angle. This guy just peeked and killed you. So a little unlucky, but
yeah,
still, you should be aware enough to, at this level, to just shoot this as fast as you can with him because it'll die faster, right? When you both shoot at it, which you guys were,
yeah,
but you were knifing it, and then come out together, start clearing this guy, start retaking with the team or waiting for the water guys to come out, etc., etc. So it's just a small thing here, which and that's why it's specific round 7. But yeah, I think I would like you to just and then start going on the retake. Okay,
yeah,
let's move on from there. Nothing crazy. The next thing is let's see where we are. So 2 more notes, and then we'll get into the aim stuff, and I'll send you on the way. Decision making needs to be way better, faster, be
yeah,
ahead, not reactive. Okay, and
yeah,
defensively, traditionally in war, sports, whatever, in fighting, martial arts. Okay, uh, defense at the base level is actually a reactionary thing, right? They go here, we're gonna go here. Oh, they're rolling down with tanks. We need to get the RPGs. Oh, the planes are coming. Get the anti-plane shit coming. Oh, they're marching down.
yeah,
Start building trenches and get ready for these fuckers. Okay, or boxing too. Oh, he's gonna go for the right hook. I gotta dodge here. I gotta go for the counter punch. Whatever. Okay, so at a base level, it's reactionary, but at the highest level, okay,
yeah,
at high level defense in anything is actually a proactive way of playing, being ahead, if that makes sense. Okay, so
yep,
this wasn't a specific note, but I would just like you to think about that. And I'm not saying you did this a lot, but just for future reference, where if they go A, don't just start running A. Process that information, see their positioning on the minimap, be a little bit aware. Ask your teammate for the information. Are they coming in? What the fuck's going on? Tell me, speak to me. They'll feed you, and then just like you did in this game, you can take space. You can just solo anchor. You can control,
yeah,
maintain, gather information, be vigilant, proactive, and you will be a much better player. And I think you understand this because you take space. People that take space understand this. It's not being reactionary. We're being proactive. We're flanking them because we know nobody's here to start adding pressure to limit what they can do. So
yeah,
because when you flank and take space, it's information. Information is getting paid. You'll generally know where they are, and when you generally know where they are, you'll generally know what they can do. But instead of like, not saying you did this, but like plat noobs or lower, like they see 1A and they all just start running to that contact, right? So
yeah,
that's a very reactionary way. And then they get here, and then maybe the attacking team has made a you know read and just understand that we've over rotated or
they
maybe
just start
heard of
baiting it out,
yeah, and then
and yeah,
they
faking it.
left and or faking it and they left and then these idiots are here just like wait
Still got
nothing
4 people A, and they're
yeah
planting
it's
C.
like
Yeah,
5 people here like oh wait they're not here and then they start running C because the bomb starts getting planted right you see how that's bad so always have that
yeah,
in mind where you can be proactive vigilant understand what they're doing and that's where it starts if you understand where all 5 enemies are, it's easy to know kind of what to do, right? So, and also a really high level thing you can take away as well is understanding who is where. For example, let's say we saw 3A, but it's like Jet, Reyna, and a KO, and then you came here, you wanted to take space, you jump peek, and then you see a fucking Cypher and a Omen. What does that mean to you?
That could be a lurk and they're committing A or B or.
Wrong. Okay. What and this is very important. This is the small details that pros think about. I saw the Omen and Cypher. If they go A, can Omen smoke for them?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not use Omen because he has got long range smoke. A clo- I,
Clove.
I'm gonna be honest.
Then yeah, they're probably coming C.
I'm gonna be honest. Omen can't smoke from here. Can't smoke drop in heaven from here. I'm pretty sure we can test it, but I'm pretty sure he can't. Okay, but he's got to be a little bit closer. But let's say
Yeah.
Clove, Harbor, traditional Sprim. No, absolutely not. And so you need to process that information. That wait, why is the smoke shares but there's 3A? What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
What concept they're using? Do you know?
Um.
Where are they trying to end? Maybe I should help you. I don't want to give you the answer. That's why I'm making it like that. But
Yeah. I mean, it's the same as if like they have a gecko who does the spike every round,
they're
and you see the gecko
right.
somewhere.
They're
Then you're like,
like
yeah,
imagine if you saw the gecko here, right? Like they're
yeah,
ending C is what I'm saying. They're not going A.
yeah,
Just because
yeah.
they're 3 doesn't mean
They're
they're
just
going A.
faking.
The key informations matter, like the smokes player, the lurker. Okay, I'll give you another example where like you saw 4A or no, not 4A. Everything's quiet, super quiet round, and they see the cipher A main, and you understanding tendencies and frequencies, being like, wait, this guy's lurked like 3, 4 times before, and he's done it alone. What does that mean? Where's his rest of his teammates? Super simple.
Yeah, probably going to say.
Right, they will generally be C already if you've I picked up that. Wait, Cypher lurks all the time, and he always
Yeah,
alone
if
when he
he's
lurks.
already
Yeah,
shown himself.
you
Yeah,
just know that the team is opposite. You don't know how many times I just see the lurker, understand he lurks alone, and I'm like, yo, it's not C, it's not C. Like I see him over here, I'm like, that's the lurker, that's the lurker. Go A, they're going A, they're going A, and then 4 fucking people start coming to A main. Like,
yeah,
you see how it works like that, where I'm like so proactive, all of this information. I literally
yeah,
get a solution. I get ahead of them, not just me, but I feed that to my team. So my whole team understands this, and we just hear 4 people waiting, and we just know we just stomp them. Okay, so that's kind of a higher detailed process, information processing thing you can use as you get better, apply it, make mistakes, so on. Okay.
hmm
Any questions? So don't be reactive. Be proactive. Always ask yourself
proactive.
to be ahead. Ahead. It's like chess. You play chess. You're old, right?
Okay. No, I don't
No.
play
Okay.
chess,
Okay.
but
I just assuming. Sorry, because a lot of like my
no,
generation
it's
guys
fine.
play chess, but um, well, you understand how chess is played at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in chess, they don't think, oh, he put his king here. I'm gonna move this. They're
Like
thinking fucking.
literally as many moves ahead
Yes,
as
they're like
possible, like
Magnus Carlsen.
pre-moving
Yeah,
shit.
they're
Yeah,
fucking thinking. Okay, he's gonna move here, and then I'm gonna move here. Like while they're thinking, he's like, okay, he's gonna put my knight here, so I'm gonna put this here, and then he's gonna understand
yeah,
that, so he's gonna put it. Blah, blah, blah. You see how it goes like back and forth like that, like the thought process. It
yeah,
needs to be like that. Okay, and I know it won't fucking take weeks or months. Sometimes this skill took me like a year, 2 years to learn. Okay, but once you kind of get this, you'll play this game so differently. And I'm sure you've already experienced this playing against Radiance Immortals and being in a contender premier team where you see that a lot, where they're getting ahead of the enemy thought process. They come here, they kill the guy, they're like, wait, they're rotating, and they start rotating off, walking off. One guy will stay
yeah.
and fake, right? You seen that shit, and you see it in VCT all the
I
time.
do that. I like
Yeah,
to
and you do that
abuse
too. Yeah, sure.
if I'm lurking a lot, like if I'm the deadlock or
Yeah,
cipher,
yeah,
I'll try to fake that I'm lurking and
yeah,
actually have my team with me. So I'll
sure.
show info.
Right, and that's fine, and that's good.
Yeah.
So if you understand this, then it should be really easy to apply to become elite. Okay, let's move
Yeah.
on to the last note. The last note is first part of the planning is good. So this is a tax item. I'm pretty sure I'm talking about. But there isn't
Okay.
yes, I am actually. But there isn't an end call, specific solution, adjustment, or why logically it works. Okay, this happened on the round. I believe you guys went. I didn't write the round, but it happened multiple times. That's why. So you would make some sort of read, make a call, some sort of plan, but in that plan, there wasn't an end part to it. You're like, okay, and this is very common. We're like, okay, guys, we're gonna go see, and we're just gonna walk up. What does that mean? Are we committing it? Or are we gonna play it slow, or are we playing it fast? And so, what I'm really saying is that I want it more specific and detailed, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
or at least have a very good logical, solution and like in terms of the plan. Okay, guys, we're gonna go C because it's solo and they play 3A. Okay, we're gonna run it down. You see like that, but you're like, oh, we're gonna go C and we just kind of walk up, contact up. Like, what does that mean? Who's going where? What utilities being placed? What is the tempo in which we're playing? And this is the higher level ways of kind of starting to understand, call and plan. It's being like really specific. Okay, this is the read, this is the call. The plan is we're gonna start like this. We're gonna go here, and then I want all the utility like this. We're going fast. We're going slow. We may even rotate off. Just wait. Whatever. Okay, you can kind of develop that as you go, but I think it's really important that um, I will like it much better because it's decent, but that's why people don't listen to you. I'll be really honest. It's because it's like meh, you need to be really, really. It needs to be sharp, like really sharp. It's got you gotta make a read, a call, a plan within fucking 5 seconds. Okay, and
Okay.
what I do generally is when I die the round before, that's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm taking in information. Oh, this guy used to play C, but now he's A. Okay, wait, it's the same. Okay, now there's two on C instead of one. They think we're gonna go C more. Let's start going A. So I think about it while I'm dead, and then I start thinking about the solution right away as start of the round comes. So that way I can, boom, the plan is in 5 seconds. Okay, so that's kind of like a tip you can kind of do. But
Mhm.
any questions with this note? That's pretty much it. Nothing crazy. But
No, that's
okay,
good.
so that's that. Okay, and we'll just go through this briefly. So, do you know your 6 attacking concepts on attack? What are the attacking concepts they use in pro play? Try to name
What do you
them.
mean concepts?
Yeah,
As in like a default, like a
yeah,
fast
yep,
five,
just like
like a
that. Yep. So try to name all
like a
6.
split.
So I'll give you the 2 you already said. Okay, you said default. That's a concept.
Yep.
Fast 5, rush, execute, right?
Yep.
It's under the same category. Also, split goes under that because you're gonna be like, go A, but it's a split. We're gonna go through 2
It's still
tree.
splitting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still fast or
it's
whatever.
yeah, it's still under the rush. Like we're executing that side. There's no other
Yeah.
plan, right? So I put split under there. So that's more of like specifics of a rush, right? Um,
Yeah.
so you have a rush default.
A fake.
Yep, good, fake, beautiful. And I'll just briefly say this. Rushing is obviously a fast tempo concept, right? You're running it down.
Yeah.
Defaulting is a slower one. You're splitting up
Hmm.
across the map, controlling space, gathering crucial information like where the cipher
Info. Yeah.
is, sentinel. Okay, and then you play for picks. You get a kill. You group up, and then you hit somewhere, whatever that identification is, right? Um,
Hmm.
so it's a slower concept, more methodical, control, killing, information gathering type concept, slower tempo.
Yep.
And then fake is a misdirection concept, right? It's very simple. And it
Yeah.
involves conditioning. That's what you have to understand. Yeah, you can run fakes blindly, like first round pitch. Guys, let's run a fake because it'll throw them off. Um,
Yeah.
so you can do that. It's more not as
It's
better.
better if they're
Yeah, it's
conditioned.
a condition. Like if we ran it
Yeah.
down 5 times, it's 5-0. They've identified that we play fast. So like guys, run a fake. They're gonna bite on it, right? 2 people
Yeah.
here, and then they're gonna start fucking mass rotating because we did it 5 times and it worked. That's the crucial part. It's gotta work. You've got to condition them to believe what you guys are doing is fucking them up, because then they're gonna bite on it and believe that you're gonna do it again, and then we just
Yeah.
we misdirect. Like we get on Cypher Field, walk on, or it's one guy. We take a 3v1, 4v1. Okay, so. And if I think about tempo, I think it's like it can be both. There can be some fast fakes, some slow fakes, but I think it's a relatively more on the slower side in my mind. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It's my
Medium to
opinion.
slow. But
Because it
probably
needs,
depends on the map.
yeah, that too. It needs to develop, right? You're not gonna like two
Yeah.
people make noise for 2 seconds and start running up. It'll never work. They'll start fast rotating
No.
back to C,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I think it's more of a slow tempo thing. Okay, so so you have rush default,
You
the
got to make
fake,
sure that they bite the
yeah,
bait.
Right. That's how I can think about like fishing. Okay, there's 3 more. Try your best. If you don't know, it's fine. Just trying to test your knowledge here.
Yeah, I don't know that I would be able to name
Okay, that's fine. I'll tell
any
you.
else.
Okay, so we have 3, right? There's 3 more. There's
Mhm.
re-hitting. No, that's not fine.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
That's a concept too. That
yeah,
you
yeah.
probably, I don't know actually. You probably don't see it as much. It's probably not as common. It's really common in pro play and in the higher levels because it's a
It's something we're trying to work on a lot in the Prem team
sure.
because a lot will
Yeah.
like rotate off of like
Yeah.
fights, and then it would have been better to just re-hit
Yeah.
when we know where they
Right.
are.
Because when you
And yeah,
5-man and take a fight, you 5-man A and you take a fight, and then you're like, fuck, there's
yeah.
too many. We do leave. If we
It's
freeze in this
so
moment,
common to feel like,
yeah.
oh man, there's 3 people on A, like let's go
Right.
C or whatever.
Yeah, and they'll just
Yeah,
rotate. They'll beat. I like to call it. They'll beat you to the race. You started here 5 or C5,
yeah.
and you rotate. They're immediately dip setting because they're gonna hear noise, hear
They
you run
also could
off.
have taken space up like mound or whatever, and you've got
Sure.
to like clear
Yep,
everything.
yep,
It's like,
that
yeah,
too. Yep. It's we got to be vigilant. We're not just gonna run out knife, right? We're gonna clear all our corners, so it kind of takes us some time to clear and stuff. So that's why
yeah,
it's like a one-dimensional call to just rotate off. Like it's not that great.
yeah,
One layer of
yeah,
thinking, right? Which is leave, right? But so rehit adds a third layer. Okay, fake adds the 2 layers. We sell the A, go C.
hmm
Rehit sells 3 layers. We go A, fake the rotation, so that's the second layer, and we come
yeah.
back. You see,
Then re-hit.
it's like a really really like what I want to say with rehitting is that it's also a misdirection concept. Okay, the tempo is a
Yeah.
little bit slower as well, but this one also requires conditioning. Which conditioning does it require? It should be pretty easy to answer, I think. If fakes take
Like
rushes,
fake or rotating.
good.
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking for. If fakes take rushes to condition, rehits take all two. Like you need to have ran it
yeah,
down before and fake or rotated a lot. Okay, we can even say
yeah,
3 with the rotating, but it's kind of tied in with the fakes or whatever. Okay, yeah, we can add it in. Right? Does that make sense? So that's 4.
yeah.
What do you know?
What,
Number
contacting? Was that be
Yes,
different to the others?
yes.
Yeah,
No. It's good. That's what I tell myself. Contacting is not a misdirection concept. This is a concept
yeah,
that I like to call more of an add-on concept. Okay? Because
mhm,
you can run a 2-man fake, 3-man contact up C, no? You
yeah,
can default with a 2-man contact up B, right? It's
yeah,
an add-on. It's not, and obviously I say this too, where yes, you can do a 5-man contact. I've called that a lot. Yeah, then it will be an individual concept, but this is not as common where you go 5-man contact. Like it's not as common
yeah.
as
It's
in
crazy.
like you adding it on. So that's why I look at it more of a add-on concept, but
Yeah,
definitely, it's still valuable if you made the right read, understand how they play. You want to use element of surprise. You guys have been playing. You can add conditioning to that too, where we've defaulted a lot. They recognize that they play slow, so they know we're playing slow, and then we 5-man contact somewhere, so they're not gonna push out to get information to know, and then we just
yeah. Because they
explode
don't want to
5
get
people.
picked.
Does that make sense? So,
Yeah,
good. I'm glad you got that. So contacting is the
the
fifth one.
the
It's
icebox special.
yeah, and it's yeah, right. And you can you can the beauty with these concepts we're talking about today right now as well is that you can mix and match them. You can start in a default, then end in a fake go C or a
Yeah,
rehit or a run it down, whatever, right? And that's the beauty. But last one I'll tell you. Can you try to understand this one? It's not so much a macro one. It's a little bit more micro, something you are good at, you said. I don't want to give you that answer, but I think you'll get it off what I just told you.
like lurking.
Yes. Either I lurk, my teammates lurk, or we insert a lurk. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
We're gonna fucking 3-man contact here, and we have a cipher contacting B, and he's gonna insert lurk if there's a timing,
yeah.
or
And
we've
then
leaned
you
them
can like
A, and
rotate and try and
yes,
get picks
yeah,
off his lurk
and I'll
when
explain
they rotate.
further. You already know what lurking does. We probably won't need to break down, but lurking, there's a lot of things with lurking. Okay, you'll gather information. If I'm here,
Hmm.
can I not hear people rotating from C link and upper heaven? Look at my sound radius.
Yeah,
I can, and breakable, right? I can gather information through the sound radius because I'm close to the enemy lines, or I take contact, okay, or hear them close to me, okay. The second thing is that it causes chaos because if you successfully insert a lurk or somebody lurks up and he kills one, bro, you know the value in that, right? This guy kills us and then they're like, yo, Cypher's here, Cypher, and then a good Cypher will come back here and then they're coming to look for him. This guy kills another guy and they're like, yo, he's heaven now, he's heaven now. He goes back breakable and kills another. You know what I'm saying? It causes fucking
Yeah.
chaos, right? And it's also a double-edged sword for
After
them.
the round too, like
Yeah,
every
sure.
round
Yeah.
after that, they're like
It also is a mental thing. It adds fear. Like you've played
it's in the
against good
walls.
lurkers, right? You're just like,
Yeah.
how do I kill this guy? Oh my god, we cannot let this guy lurk. He's just killing us every time he lurks, right? Like it adds like a
Yeah.
mental dominance thing too. Okay, but what I really want to say is that it's also a double-edged sword for the defenders. Okay, because they have two options: is to leave you there, and how good is it? How is it bad or good for them to leave a lurker mid?
Like
The
bad for them. Yeah.
Yeah, for the defenders, it's terrible, right? Because this guy's gathering
Yeah.
information, he's controlling space, he can kill people, cause chaos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or we can be like, yo, one lurk mid, let's kill this guy. We spend 2 people, 3 people, utility to kill one guy. Is that not a value to this one guy that lurked up? He's
Yeah. 100%.
taking people away from what is actually going on, right? So that's
Yeah.
why, to me, this is my opinion. This is why I developed is that it's kind of a double-edged sword, and that's why inserting a lurk or you being able to lurk, okay, is really, really fucking important in the attacking side because you can
Yeah.
do so much with it. This guy, if he gets in a good position, he comes to here sneakily, and then you guys were contacting A, and you guys did take contact, and he hears 3 people. They stack 3, and they start fucking running down spawn. What is he gonna say? Go see, go see. It's free, it's free, right? Especially if he sees one here, and he hears 3
Yeah.
or 2. He's like, yo, they're leaving C. 1 maximum. Even then, I'll be like, yo, it's fucking free. And then he takes his timing behind the guys running off, and then they're going A as well. And then they come back because they heard no more noise. They're going C, and I just kill people with their pants down, knife out, running. Right. So
Yeah.
that's the sixth, attacking concept. Um, Again, like I told you, these 6 attacking concepts are extremely important for you, and you already know the answer why. It's because you're an IGL. It's like a quarterback
Yeah.
or offensive coordinator in American football or in rugby or whatever case you want, hockey. Okay, on offense, they need to know all their options available. So moving forward, I need you to start using and implementing and gaining knowledge and experience on okay, this was okay, we shouldn't have ran it down here, we should have ran the fake here, okay, maybe we should have defaulted because they were taking space on us aggressively. Tendencies and frequencies is also involved, because if you understand they're fast rotating, it's so easy to make them bite on a fake, right? You just send 2 guys here, make noise, and then we just walk up C for free. They're going to start rotating while we're going on site. So like logic is involved too, but I would like you to start gaining experience by using all of them. Call rehits in your Premier, in your ranked, when you've been running it down and faking and rotating a lot. It's gonna work. You'll be really surprised. You also have to understand the timing on how long it takes for them to rotate. And usually in most maps it's like 20 to 30 seconds. Sometimes it's less. That's like the general big maps like this map. It probably takes like 20 seconds to go from C to A, like a full sprint probably. Can you probably test it? My timer's not on, but yeah, I mean you can test it, but so that can be involved because if you just run a rehit and it's too early, then they're gonna be midway and then they're gonna come back and then they're like, you don't have it for free fully, right? So that's the key
Yeah.
as an IGL is to make sure that
They can like flood.
yeah, it's to make sure you're getting them on site free, least resistance, and then that way we can start making aggressive plays down because there are gonna be times they got breach all. We're not gonna sit on site. We need to start pushing. But if you didn't get
Yeah.
enough space in terms of got them to lean A hard enough, got them to here, you're never gonna have that space. But if they were here and you start rehitting, there's automatically start flooding out, like you said. So I hope that makes sense to you on what we said. And also at the
Yeah.
pro level, okay, um, people watch VCT and like, how the fuck are they making these calls? This is so crazy. Oh my god, this is so advanced. Oh my god, why did they look so cool? Okay, they use these 6 concepts. That's it. What other
Yeah.
concept do you know? I don't know any other concept. I'm not even joking. Besides these 6 that people use, unless
Yeah.
I'm retarded or something. But I don't think I am. So and they just make it super complicated by understanding tendencies and frequencies. Okay, and I'll give you an
Yeah.
example really quick. They
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just those 6 concepts, but like then they're using their util to like
util,
laid out.
combo, different type of
Yeah.
plays, new plays.
I
You know,
love that type of Valorant. So I like Premiere at the moment.
yeah,
That shit's
exactly.
fucking great.
Right, you know, it's like
Yeah.
map knowledge comes in, parts of the map.
Yeah.
You know what could be, you know,
Map control
timings,
is a
map
resource.
control.
Like,
You
what
know,
do you give up? What do
right.
you keep?
We can go on all day in theorycraft on why these concepts become so advanced. But at the highest level,
Yeah.
you know, generally why it's so advanced is because the attackers do something, the defenders track that, process that, find a solution, and try to stop it.
Shut
Okay,
it down.
and then on top of that, in ranked, it's like that. Attackers do something, defense do something, attacker. Okay, that in pro play, attackers do something, the defenders adjust, the attackers know the defenders have adjusted, and then try to throw them off. And it's just like this total chess game of like being 50 moves ahead, like we talked about. Okay, I think they're
Yeah.
gonna know, they know we're doing this, so let's switch the stuff, but then they might know this, and blah blah blah, we gotta sell this, blah blah. We could go all day, and that's the beauty. It's so fun. That to me is fun too.
Yeah.
That's what I
Also watching their games, like
Right.
try to work out
You're
what
just
they've used
like,
before. Yeah.
how the fuck do these guys know it's free? How are they making the right read? It's just like, how does this guy know this guy's gonna pop up behind him, right? And this
Yeah.
is where it starts. I'm telling you, all this information today I told you is pro level information. Why? This is all self taught. Nobody, whether it was subconsciously or unactively, I just did this and I didn't know how to put into words. When I became a coach, I started to learn how to put these things I learned by myself through experience watching pro players into words. But prior, I learned all of this through experience. I'm not joking. I learned all of this by myself. That's what got me to Immortal 350 RR. It's by
Yeah.
doing all of this stuff. And so I really believe you can too, because I've never had a moment in time today where you're just like, no, I don't understand, besides that one time. But that's more different story because you're caught up on that they're not listening to you. But that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I fully, solely believe that you can get, not like me, but my level of thinking, a high level of thinking, where you can become immortal, immortal 2, immortal 3. And
Yeah.
obviously you got to prioritize your aim, and that's what we'll talk about really quick right now. So
Mhm.
that's all your notes. Don't worry, I'm gonna send you all these notes. I'm gonna send you the VOD. Okay. So
Yeah.
walk me through your training. What do you do to train or warm up or whatever?
Well, so my warm up is just a session in the range, and then I do some ghost only deathmatch.
How many? How many
Um,
death matches do you do on average?
I do 2
Okay, you do
before
two.
I play comp.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
It's probably like, I don't know, 10 minutes in the
so
range.
you put about 4 hours a day. That's safe to say, right? In this game, every
Yeah.
day. Are you willing
Yeah.
to put in more time, like 5, 6, 7 hours? And I understand everyone's got
Um,
responsibilities, jobs. I'm just asking, are you willing to, or can you?
yeah, probably. I mean, at the very
Sure,
least, I'm willing to substitute some of the time spent playing into time spent
sure,
on like aim labs or whatever, if that's what it needs to be.
sure. Yeah, okay, that's fully up to you. But I'm just asking to see if you're willing to put in the extra work. And if you're willing to
Yeah.
put in the extra work, what I expect you to train and maintain and improve your aim, okay? Because again, this is your weakest point. This is what you really need to focus on. And I'm not saying you need to stop focusing on positioning and utility usage. Those need to
Yeah.
go up as well. But your priority needs to be aim. Okay, and if you're gonna put in the extra work, you need to aim train an hour, 40 minutes, hour and a half. Range 30 minutes. 1 to 2 DMs before you play. You play for however long. Then, okay, maybe I won't recommend you do a second session because like you don't have a lot of time. But that's how I used to train. Aim train,
Yeah.
range, DM, play, and then have a second session of 10 DMs or another hour of aim training and callbacks. Okay, and if you do this, mark my words, you will get elite aim, okay? Which you're lacking in. I'm being brutally honest with you, not to attack you, so that way you can get there. I want you to, right? So what I'll do you have Kovacs or aim labs?
Aim Labs.
Okay, so I will send you my personal playlist. Kovacs is one I use from somebody else, like a company or whatever. It's called Pure G. But if you get Kovacs, let me know. I'll send you that. That's the playlist that got me to my peak. What got me to Immortal was my own playlist that I found in the Aim Labs app that I thought were important in Valorant and got me to Immortal. So I'm gonna send you that playlist. I will also send you a VOD on how to do it properly. The aim labs. I gotta find that one actually. I don't have it saved, but I know I have I think 2 of those VODs of 2 different students where I teach them how to do it properly. Because it's one thing to just go through it, which 99% of people do in aim trainers. It's another to do it properly, where it's improving your aim. The things to focus on, like precision, never missing, shooting it where you want it. Smoothness, as in your straight lines. They're not wiggly lines going from point A to point B. They need to be straight lines. And then also mouse control, good grip, good understanding of how to move it, okay, and stuff like that. And also progressive overload, pushing yourself to go faster and faster and faster over time. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you the notes, the VOD, the playlist, and then I'll send you two VODs. They're gonna be about 15 minutes each. First part of the range, what I want you to do in the range, and then also a second advanced part that will help you get magnetic elite aim and also work on your dead zoning in the range. And yeah, I think that's all I have to send you. Yeah, and then I would recommend that you DM a lot on top of that. But if you don't have a lot of time, I fully understand that. When I asked Daniel as well, when I interviewed him, he got to Immortal in 1 episode. It's quite fast, right? He was like plat, gold, pretty fast.
Yeah.
He got stuck at Immortal 3, 400 RR, around there. He wasn't rated, about to be, for 2.5 years. Two and a half years after that. Like, that's a long time to be stuck there, right? And he would ask himself, am I doing enough? And the answer should be always, no, I'm not. And he went from aim training, VOD reviewing every single game, spending 2 hours in the aim training range, okay, doing 10 DMs a day, playing 10 hours a day, and he went from just a monster by asking him that question, because he started doing more VOD review, 2 times a day, 20 DMs, more time in the games, processing information, being critical, and he became pro. And obviously he got lucky too. His friend gave him a contract, and you don't want to go pro, I don't think, but still,
No.
this is what it takes to get to your goal sometimes. So I'd like you to just understand that. Always tell yourself every day, am I doing enough? And the answer will always be no. Even me, when I ask myself, am I doing enough coaching? Am I making enough content? Am I doing a good enough job? No, I need to get better. I need to constantly have that mindset, so that way we can get to our goal as fast as possible. What kind of coach would I be if I make you and tell you, yo, you need to get your goal in 2 years, Immortal 2? I'll be laughing at myself, telling myself I'm a bad coach. So understand that. Okay, so I'll send you all that right now. Last question I'm gonna tell you before you go. Remember what I asked you in the beginning, right? What do you want? What did you tell me? What's the big goal? What's the big dream?
Immortal 3.
Good. Immortal 3. We're shooting higher. Okay, good. Okay, so if you know what you want, the big goals, and now you know what the small things you need to work on, the small steps, and obviously the small goals you can apply to yourself, right? Like, I want to be Immortal 3. Okay, next week I'm going to be Diamond 3. The week after, I'm going to be Ascendant 1. Like, those small goals, right, to maintain your progress. So if you know what you want, this question is rhetorical. It's going to be, what do I want? I want Immortal 3. You need to ask yourself every day, how badly do I want this goal? What am I willing to sacrifice? Okay? Because as you, my student, I expect you to hit this goal. 100%. There's no failing option. No giving up. Because I want you to be a man of your word to get it. That's what I expect. So you need to ask yourself this question every day. What do I want? What am I willing to sacrifice? Am I doing enough? And you will never lose sight of your goal, and you will get it. Trust me. Or if you don't, you'll be like me at 29 years old. I was pro when I was 14. Tried to go pro in Valorant. Was top Mortal 3 350. In StarCraft 2, I was Grandmaster 2012. Playing in MLG, they would fly me out. I was on an all-pro team. I'm on Liquipedia. Okay, I tried to go pro in Dota 2. I spent 4 years of my life top 500 NA. Gave up, failed. Tried to go pro in Spectre Divide. Game died. Tried to go pro recently in
Yeah,
Mecha
that's
Break.
unlucky. That was fun.
Yeah, that game was really fun. And I tried to go pro in
Yeah.
Mecha Break recently. I was top 100 Falcon player, and games
Yeah.
died obviously. But what can I do? But you'll become like me, where I regret every day thinking, "Fuck, yo, when I was 14, I should have just grinded my ass off and just kept going, and I would have made it." So I don't want you to feel the same thing with your goals and dreams of failing and regret and just thinking about it for the rest of your life. So that's why I tell you
Mm.
to think about all my students to think about this because it's quite important on the mental. So because there's gonna be a lot of bad days. There's gonna be a lot of days you're gonna want to quit. A lot of days where your progress is slow. But just understand those that take the most accountability and don't give up will make their dreams happen. Okay, so and today I hope was a good day for you in terms of understanding a lot of good mental stuff, information, knowledge, and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
just
it's good.
just apply it, and move forward, and focus on things you can control, which is you. I feel like that's your biggest like block as mental block as well. You tend to
Yeah.
use external factors to start blaming, and that's not bad. I'm not saying that you can never do it. I'm not saying it's not valid, but that's counterproductive towards your improvement. That's what you have to understand. It's gonna hold you back to some degree. Okay, so that's that. Right? Any questions?
No.
Great. Good job today. If you want to book second session onwards, it's gonna be different. You're gonna play 2 to 3 games, and then we'll be
Yeah.
talking in between the games. I'll ask you, what'd you do wrong? What could you do better? Okay. Then you'll
Yeah.
ask me questions. Oh, what'd you think about this positioning? Okay, what about this? Okay, and I'll ask you, what was the situation? This was bad. This is good. Okay, this was better. We'll theory craft together, stuff like that, so you can see my thought process. I can help you map hack and how to get
Mhm.
there, and then after the games, we'll break down some notes, and then yeah, we'll just play. And that's usually how it goes. But yeah, good
Amazing.
job
So
today.
like,
Yep.
how long would you reckon? I'll like do aim training. I'll hit my peak because I'll have better aim and good knowledge, and then once I'm ascendant 2, I'll hit you up.
Like in terms of booking, is that what you're saying, or?
Yeah.
I mean, I would recommend you go once a week if you can't afford it. I fully understand it. If you can't do that, then maybe twice a
Yeah.
week. If you can't do that, then yeah, you can hit your goal. But I would definitely recommend you do once a week because I've gotten people to Immortal 2 from fucking gold and plat in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I've gotten even a player from
Gotcha.
Ascendant 2, Ascendant 3 to Immortal 3 in literally one session, 3 sessions, 4 sessions. So I definitely because you're gonna learn way faster with me there. We're gonna break things down, and you're gonna see how I think, and that rubs off on you, right? That's why I do it like that.
Yeah.
So you can learn how to be high level quicker as long as you apply. That's the key. A lot of people don't apply, but yeah. So it's really what you want. I would definitely recommend once a week or every 2 weeks, whatever you want. But yeah, you can book now, or you can just think about it and decide. It's fully up to you. It's not a problem to me, but just let me know what you like to do. So
Yeah. Too easy.
yeah, all right, bro. Good job today. I'm gonna send you all that shit right now, and have a good day.
Sweet.
Good luck on your
Thanks
journey,
very much, man.
and then good luck on your games. Good luck on Premiere. Get to it, my friend. Start stepping towards the
Cheers.
goal. Okay. Good job today, bro. Peace.
Catch ya.
Yep. Later. Woo! Holy crap. Yo, Swax, what's good? Yo, guys, I'm sorry. That was a long session, 4 hour session, but it was good. I wanted to spend extra time with him because he's an IGL. At the end there, his mental started slipping a little bit, like in terms of